Good morning, Sassy fam. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous. No long intros today. No. The writing, she calls. But I will note we're about to enter Pisces season on the 18th or thereabouts, depending on where you are in the world. So, very happy early birthday to my Piscean crew. What's up? What's going on? Other than that, we are doing your standard yours and theirs check-in today, right? So like always with yours and theirs, take what resonates, leave what does not, reverse those energies as you see fit. More so with yours and theirs, as energy exchange and interchange is real, rapid, and fluid. Having said that, your person that I see on this board today may not necessarily be about or include a significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, ex type situation. It's whomever's in that dynamic as I'm describing it. It could be about a family member, friend, co-worker, for all I know. Going back to the main point, take what resonates, leave what does not. And do keep in mind these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all, which is frustrating, but it's also normal. If that's the case, check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. You guys, I will see you for the Thursday check-in. Some shorts. Take care. Be well. Leo, you're up first. Excuse me. I just had a little coffee sip, and then I was aware of, oh yeah, I hit the start button. What's up? What's going on? Let's see, Leo, please. Leo and their person. Show me Leo and their person. What's up, Leo? Cool. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? But as I explained in that intro, reversed energies as you see fit. What's going on, please? Show me Leo and their person. Two of Wands. Three of Swords. The King of Wands. There you are. Page of Swords. The Six of Cups. And the Seven of Wands. Okay. Yeah, I got another loose thought here. I've been seeing an increase of those these days. Nine of Swords. Temperance and the World. Okay. And the Overview, Seven of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, you got something on your mind and you're like, don't do that. And it's not like a bad slap on the wrist. It's just, I think what you're showing me is I'm trying to be more mindful of the present. Be more mindful of the present. Be more mindful of the present. Come on, Leo, stop. So there's sometimes where your mind, Seven of Swords here, and it's a very loose Seven of Swords. It's not too serious. So that tells me you've made progress. There's a time when the whispers of your mind has a tendency to completely take over the conversation and you get lost to it, sidetracked, and the next thing you know, you're ruminating on something and you don't mean to, and then you mentally avoid it, and then it starts all over again. You're showing me I need to keep present of mind, present of mind, present of mind, present of mind. And Two of Wands indicates that, which is good. So that's already an improvement. You've been trying to push back on your Seven of Swords. Try saying that 7 times fast when you have a list. Pushing back on your Seven of Swords for a while now. And you're making progress. And it may seem like you're not, but you are. I promise. Okay? Those kind of, those little ruminating thoughts that add up and build, and you're actually making progress. And that's because you're insisting, okay, wait, stay here in the moment. Don't get lost to that thought. Don't get lost to that train of thought. It's no good. And we know that. The Three of Swords. You have pain that's in your heart. You've been hurt. Perhaps a sense of betrayal. Okay. And you're like, me drifting off sideways and giving that too much space, too much of my mental energy, that's no good. I agree. We have to draw the line and distinguish between mentally working through something because we're trying to heal it, therefore our thoughts have purpose, and just rumination and avoidance. Rumination and avoidance because it's just a circle. Okay. So many of you have come from that space of rumination and avoidance. Like, I'm not going to address that. I keep thinking about it. That's not the same as healing. This suggests I understand where the pain's coming from, and I'm not going to allow my thoughts to get sidetracked. Thank you. We're going to stay on topic, and I'm going to sit here with the pain and just allow it to be. And you've done a very good job with that, and that's one of the best ways you can combat those Seven of Swords, I promise. So while it sucks sometimes to sit there in the pain, it's also the best way to deal with it. It's just saying, I'm feeling this right now in this moment, and I understand why. I'm not confused. And it's right here in this moment. It will pass. Right? Good job. And it keeps you from getting drawn back into the past. And the King of Wands. And then you feel better. You feel a sense of triumph. Like, see, I can reclaim myself. I can reclaim my head of state energy, which is the King of Wands, head of state for you. That just means you're in more of a command of self, your energies and their intended purpose for you. Okay? So in other words, you feel good about yourself when you remember to stay in the moment. The pain will pass. It's no big deal. You don't need to go back into the past or look at something sideways. We don't have to do that. It's okay. I can just sit with it. And you've done a great job. You've done a great job, but you are making progress. So keep that up. And you're not the only one. You're not the only one. I have a soul bond here. Now, whether or not you believe in that, that's fine. You and this person, Six of Cups, they just go way back, and you have a unique bond that you share with them emotionally and spiritually. And like I said, they have a Page of Swords, and I've been seeing an increase of that these days, where it's not so much like active spying to the point of, it's more like a loose eye. And I've been seeing loose eyes a lot lately. So we have a soul bond here, person of connection, importance, fondness. They keep a loose eye on you, Page of Swords. But then they turn around and reinforce the Seven of Wands. It's kind of like saying, oh, caught myself looking at Leo again. Got to stop that. Stop it. So Seven of Wands here is both the wall as well as boundaries. I see them reinforcing their own boundaries by putting up a wall or insisting upon a wall for themselves. Not necessarily you, but for themselves. They're saying this applies to me. So every now and again, like I said, they check in on you. They have a loose eye. It's not obtrusive. They remember the connection fondly, kind of like the way you do. Or they get lost to it sometimes like you do, and then they turn around and say, these are my expectations for myself. Don't stop it, whoever this is. So they're kind of doing something similar to what you're doing. They have their own particular process. You have yours. I'm going to go ahead and take a wild guess here, because this is what I do, that neither one of you is aware of the other's process. Okay? Nine of Swords, Temperance, the World. You both share this. You both share this level of mental intensity, rumination, anxiety of the mind, what happened and why, getting lost to the past and the pain that brings. And you sit with yours, and then you kind of triumph for the moment, and then you're like, I got this. They have a moment where their mind or spirit relaxes, and then they reinforce themselves too. But you both have outstanding anxieties, frustrations, unresolved thoughts, unresolved feelings. But the good news is you're both working through it, Temperance. You're both learning to accept the world of this closed cycle. You're both learning to heal from the closed cycle. Okay? It just tells me that you two had an impact on each other. Otherwise, you wouldn't be showing me this, either one of you. So if that helps you, you had some sort of impact on each other. You touched each other's lives in some way. But you're both having to recover from each other in your own respective ways. And you're both learning to accept the cycle. Now, I had to warn you. And I say warning, that isn't bad. But the world in this position stands to reason, yes, are we healing from a closed cycle? Yes. Is there a possibility that it might be reopened one day? Possibly. I don't know. But I did feel a little bit of an obligation to report that, and then I saw the underline there. But again, I don't want you to be threatened by that. This is clearly the time and space where you two are separated. And every now and again you catch yourself drifting sideways, and they do too. And that's good. That means you had an effect on each other's lives. If you didn't, you wouldn't have anything to think about. So, see it from that point of view, perhaps. If it didn't impact you, it didn't impact them, I wouldn't be saying this here today. So in some way, you touched each other's lives. Eight of Wands, the Tower, and the Knight of Cups, Well, it's, what's odd? I don't quite know who this applies to. After the communication shut down, or rather, in this respect, blew up, someone's heart space opened. Isn't that interesting? The Knight of Cups made an appearance after the Tower. Oh, there was a rush of feeling once everything shut down. I wonder, I'm very curious about that. One of you experienced it. Four of Pentacles, Five of Wands, the Four of Swords. And I've been healing through this. It's like understanding the feelings after the fact, and someone felt stuck with that residual feeling. Oh, I never got to express myself, or oh, I never got to open up to this after the fact. Why didn't I do this before it shut down? Yeah, I understand. And that's probably that's probably one of the many elements in which you two affected each other's lives. You know, lessons about emotional direction and the taking the opportunity to express oneself while you can. And that would explain why you're both going through a healing process and why you both kind of reminisce about the past. You both have reason to. Okay? And that's most likely where the unresolved issues are. On both your sides in some way. What was said and what wasn't said. And the rest or surge of honest feelings after the fact. And it's been with us since, and we've been working through it. You both have. 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, 4 Swords. Holding on to this just makes us angry. You know? Better to work through it. And so you both are. Let's do some messages of closure. Sometimes I didn't know what to do. We will be together again. So again, once more, I this is part of my job. This is why I point things out. I kind of have an obligation to, okay? When I understand I'm wrong about something, I'll call it. And when I understand something, an underlying point is being reinforced, I also call it. There is a possibility. I'm not saying you have to. Tarot does not dictate action for you or that person. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. I'm saying the world is almost strategically in a position that the more you two accept that it's closed, the more likely it is the door will reopen. Okay? In whatever context that means. You know, there might be a point of connectivity somewhere in the future timeline that neither one of you can see yet. All I can tell you is that the probability of that goes up the more you two heal in your own respective rights. And it's here again. There is that sense of I didn't know what to do. Someone's feelings or thoughts or expression of them were not clarified until the opportunity exited. This happens. And then someone kind of has, whoever that person is, has a similar sort of spiritual conviction that we will connect or meet again. Okay? And perhaps there's truth in that. All right. This is what I often tell people. We don't really know if things are meant to come back together until we're separated from it. I just know that you two had an impact on each other's lives. And who knows? You might cross paths again one day just to see how much you two have grown. If for nothing else. Verification that you both played your respective roles in the other person's life. You know? Again, in time. For some of you, FYI, Leo might be your Mercury placement. But here we have the message in a bottle. Messages, communication, possibly some travel for some of you, but over a period of travel or just at some point there will be a message and or communication. Okay. Closed off, guarded, resistance. I saw that. When there was an opportunity to open, someone shut down. But then they felt it much later. The third eye, clarity. And for some of you, this is simply confirmation of some of the things you have been suspecting, but you couldn't quite understand. No, it's because you two are roughly going through a similar process roughly at the same time. Okay? And if you're intuitive, if you at all identify as someone as being intuitive, yeah, it's going to hit your radar from time to time. You know, that loose eye. Two U's, and V. Okay. Currently we have the spider in reverse. There's no web around this. No mechanics, no strategy. There's no web around this, okay? Nothing like that. It's not a consuming thing. It's not a threatening thing, okay? Music. For some of you, the music note specifically. Some of you, music is very, very important. It's one of the ways in which you connect to yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, any of those things, all of those things. There you go. Some of you might work in music as a profession, hobby. We have the dragon in reverse and upside down. This is not something to be angry about, possessive about. It's not like that. No. And then we have Big Dollar Bill, confirmation of Earth energy here, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or that some of you are just frankly preoccupied with your coin these days. And I actually saw that for you directly on your last round of shorts. That's all it was, baby. It was all coin. It was like, I don't know, 6 to 8 cards of coin, coin, coin. And I'm like, yeah, I see that. All right, Leo, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on for Saggy? What's going on for Saggy and their person? Show me Sag and their person, please. Very good. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explain the intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. What's going on for Saggy? Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. Wow. Excuse me. That's lovely. Beautiful. Good job. Four of Swords, the Magician, and the Hanged Man. I don't know where they are, but they're in quite the process. I respect it. Okay, looks good. Four of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Empress. Okay. The Five of Wands. Yeah. There's some tension in there, but it seems like you are invested in doing your thing. Specifically, while there is a sense of arguing and or combativeness or frustration, battle of wills, or frankly just internal anger, you're refusing to let that show. It's kind of like, I am going to do my own thing, and I'm proud to do my own thing. This is a matter of self-care for me. So no matter how noisy some of your backgrounds are with the Five of Wands, the blustering, the fighting, or the fussiness, again, this could be external Five of Wands, this could be internal. Something that frankly pisses you off, but you refuse to show it. Let's talk about that. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords. It's literally saying, I'm going to do what Saggy needs to do. And this is coming from a place of self-worth. With the Queen of Pentacles, I'm not going to argue with it because you're not. And like, I have very strong energy in me, Ace of Wands, and that's what I want to focus on, is almost like rebuilding your positive energy supply. By kind of grounding, sticking to what you know, understanding your self-worth principles, and taking care of you and your home space. And there, it's looking like you are recharging, like you plugged your battery in, your whatever, okay, your USB or B port, whatever, and you're like, I'm not leaving until my energy's back on point. This is a truth for you as you understand it. Ace of Swords. You're like, this is where I'm going to be. My energy is for me first and foremost, so congratulations, some of you have been listening. In that respect, I always say it all the time. Your energy is not for others, it's for you first and foremost. If you don't have it for you, you can't spend it or send it off or give it to anything else. Okay, work, family, lovers, whatever. So you're saying, I'm taking the time to recharge me. And especially if you're coming out of some sort of fight period, exhaustion period, where the energy was just flying around crazy and it's chaotic and it was heavy at some point. I understand. Over here, like I said, I don't know where this person is, but their process looks good, so I encourage it. Four Swords, the Magician, the Hanged Man. Whomever is connected to you spiritually at this time, it's not looking so 3D right now, and that's okay. They look like they're in a suspended state. Specifically, they're healing this notion of what it is they're asking for from the universe, really trying to understand their wants and why do they want what they want. Coming to terms with that, clarifying it, not rushing it. You know, the Magician's at the heart of the reading, so whatever it is this person is used to summoning from the universe, they have kind of stopped assuming that it's correct for them and started questioning what is correct for them. So that tells me it's kind of important. Because with the Magician, it's very easy to assume, I want this, I've always wanted this. That doesn't mean it's working, and that doesn't mean that even if it is working, that it's working well. So whomever this is really stopping to give a hard think about what they are asking for from the universe. And what does that mean? How does that apply? How does it not apply? And healing that. Something here they very much used to desire. They don't want to take it for granted anymore. That's still true. They want to kind of check their inner dialogue and see if their spirit is still in alignment with their wishes. So that's cool. I respect that. Got to dust off the magician from time to time. It's like I've been pulling this in for a decade, and out of habit or a spiritual habit, I just assumed that that want or desire was always correct for me, and I think I should stop assuming that. It's not working so well. Or they have reason to question it. Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands, the Empress, you know, you both hold tight to this idea of a relationship, okay? You both have this sense of mutual respect for each other. I don't quite know where you two are in it. Once more in 3D. It's looking like they've taken some space, much needed space for themselves. Neither one of you has let go. The status of this relationship is either pending or it's just not going anywhere. Okay? It really looks like it's not going anywhere right now. All right? And that's kind of an adamant point between the two of you. You're doing your thing. They're doing their thing. And between the two of you, you have more or less agreed to lock hands on this relationship. It's kind of like what happens next, how we develop it or not develop it. We'll get back to that. So this relationship is what you might call contract pending because it might need, amendments. The shape of it might change, and you both need your respective breaks to understand how that is, or perhaps both of you actually just put your relationship on hold for one reason or another. There's things you need to work out for you, and there's things you need to work out for themselves. There's more of a spiritual concept and or journey, and yours is more focused on your realistic energies and where they currently are physically. Okay? But yeah, I mean, two people clearly agreed to suspend this. It's not being done away with it. Like I said, it's that relationship, it feels like a contract pending kind of house. It's like there's contract on the table, but there's still room to add things and subtract things. So that's where we are with this. And like I said, there's a lot of mutual respect here with the Empress. Perhaps you two needed space after some sort of battle of wills about the state of your relationship and where is it going and how it's being built into, specifically with the Four of Pentacles and Four of Wands. Who contributes what and why. And perhaps you both needed a breather, Let's get some advice, please. It's interesting. So it's not closed off. It doesn't seem to be closed off. It's a very elaborate breather, I suppose. The Hanged Man, there it is again. King of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Person who is in a suspended state, their energy has been affected and they haven't been able to see it. They're asking themselves why. So this is part of this is what I've always asked for from the universe, and now I'm healing it because something about that, them having asked for it as long as they have or whatever it was, seems to have worn down their natural energy and they didn't really see it until recently. Something about insistence or the sense of correctness or being adamant, perhaps being prideful, really knocked the stuffing out of this person. Because there is that sense of, I've always known what to do or I've always pulled on this. I don't see why I have to change. And sometimes we don't realize how we can get in our own way and drain ourselves because we're doing things that we just assumed are true for us. I strongly suspect that's what's up with this person, that sense of I've always known what to do or my way is correct, and they burn themselves out. Possibly. And now it's like, look at the toll this is taking on me. Maybe I don't know everything. Maybe my energy isn't always correct. Maybe my energy isn't always in alignment, So it's good that they're thinking about it then. They need to continue to do so. But it's something they largely have been blind to for a while. Page of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Yeah. We want to invest in this. There's a Ten of Cups value here, inner circle stuff, family, friends, larger circle context. And I think someone here has always done the best they could from a grounded and or practical point of view for the sake of harmonizing others. That doesn't mean there weren't consequences or price to pay for always insisting that this is my point of view or that I'm correct. But it's always meant well. I don't see it as being so negative that it's bad. It means well, but from that point of view of I'm correct, and in that insistence of being correct, They've exhausted themselves. So we have to take a look at our own thinking, what we've been doing and why we've been doing it. Okay, I'm not saying you're perfect, and I'm not saying that they're imperfect. What I am saying is that you two and together, the both of you, have taken your respective tolls in this connection and how you contribute to it. We just need more time to think about it. That's all. All right. See, that's where I think it was more like a little battle of wills between you two. That's why I'm kind of seeing your respective corner and their more spiritual corner, you know? Okay. More of that perspective, Hanged Man, 3 times. More nurturing and compassion. Ghosted. Okay, so typically you would step up and be nurturing and compassionate, as the Queen of Pentacles would suggest, but when they insisted they need some perspective or time out, you're like samesies. So you backed away from this as well, again, to recharge your own particular battery. Man, that must have been a bit of a tiff. Must have been a bit of a tiff. If you needed to recharge and they need perspective. Okay, I know that you two mean well for the greater scheme of things. That doesn't, but sometimes meaning well is understanding our individual roles. Okay, stepping away from the table and knowing when to reconvene about what we've learned. Okay, and adjust the contract a little bit on how to move forward. Letters D, C, and we have the medallion of Aries. Some of you might be connecting to Aries. You could have some really strong Aries in your chart, or Aries season might be important to some of you. Saggy, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Let's take a look at Aries and their person. Show me Aries and their person, please. What's up? What's going on? Very good. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. But as I explain that intro, reverse energies as you see fit. What's going on, please, for Aries and their person? The Star. Yeah, Death. Oh my. 2 of Wands. It's very interesting how you're kind of almost casually asking yourself, what next? I'll give you that. Okay. Justice. The Fool. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay. The King of Pentacles. The King of Wands. My. King of Swords. My. 3 Kings. The Knights of Pentacles. Take your time with this one. No kidding, take your time with this. Wow. Wow. Holy smokes. Yeah, no kidding, take your time with this. It looks like there's no rush attached to you. That would explain literally why I said, to your credit, it's almost like you're casually asking yourself, what next? I mean, there seems to be non-pressured for you. It's the other way around, honey. I'd be freaking out. I mean, but you're like, nah. You had time to see this coming. The Star, Death, 2 of Wands, you know? There's a dream that's attached to you. I don't know that it's over, but it's changing quite a bit. Quite a bit. It's transforming. And maybe that's why you don't feel so pressured by it, because you can look at it 2 of Wands and say, I see this for what it is. And it's on me to keep up with the changes. So whatever your star is, your vision, your hope, your long-term sense of self, it is still with you. It's just shaping quite a bit, reshaping, I should say. Because the 2 of Wands suggests you're trying to keep it present in the moment, which I respect a great deal. Love the 2 of Wands, big fan of it. Because it's so simple. Stay in the moment, stay present. Make decisions based on the here and now, not yesterday. And not what you might think would be tomorrow. You already have the element of tomorrow with the Star, which is more future orientation because it takes longer to reach. So you're saying how I reach that star is changing. It's on me to look at it now, realistically, to ensure its best possible future. I need to incorporate transformation. I need to incorporate change. Okay? Perhaps you are adopting one star for another. Perhaps you're learning to become more flexible as your pathway towards your star has changed. I don't know. But the influence is really real. But also your reaction to it is, I got time. It's pretty wild. It is pretty wild. I'll give you that. This person, Justice, the Fool, Eight of Pentacles, they are embarking upon a new endeavor. That means a lot to them. They opened up. They took a risk. It looks like it's a topic of coin from my perspective. This looks like their chance, their dream, their sense of the Fool. It's correct for them. They're just showing me this is something that has to do with work that is spiritually in alignment with who they are. And it's something that they would love to open up towards, or they have always wanted to open up towards. It's kind of like, this is my shot, this is my chance. Finally, it's happening. I'm going to take it. I'm not going to look back. It's like I'm getting Eminem vibes off of this. You only get one shot, and they're like, I'm not going to miss my shot. I'm not going to miss my opportunity. They're like, whatever this is 1,000% me. It's got my name written all over it. No going back. So I don't know where they are in connection to you. You seem to be deeply undergoing something that's significant to you, but it's non-pressured. I don't know how else to explain that. You might feel pressure, but it seems like you have time to work through this particular knot. I would love to know what your star is. I really would. I might say it on clarification. I don't know. Over here, King of Pentacles, King of Wands, King of Swords. I have 3 people here in high level or upper division energies in full possession of themselves in terms of practicality, energy, intensity, and focus, ambition, drive, determination. Ooh. Yes. Yeah. You with this person, again, I don't know who they are to you. I really don't. But you share a lot of qualities with this person. It's suggesting to me at one point your 2 paths might cross. And I don't know under what guise or function. It could have to do with work, something to do with your dream or goal. I don't know. But you share a shocking amount of characteristics with this person who's like, this is the thing I've always wanted to do. Gotta go. Gotta go. Whew. Their focus is wild. Your intensity to your given star and how it's changing, transforming, or adopting something else altogether, but it still means a lot to you with the star, I don't know. But you're both saying this is a grounded thing, this is a practical thing, this is a self-worth thing, this is what lights me up kind of thing, energetically speaking, and this is worth my attention and focus and determination skills. So that's a lot. And you share, like I said, these characteristics combined between the 2 of you, right here, parallel. Okay. Let's get some advice, because I'd love to know more about what you're doing. I would love to know how you 2 are connected. It seems to me like these 2 are mad at time before they're crossing paths, and that doesn't mean it's romantic. Please understand that. I honestly don't know. And that's why I'm so curious. I mean, why else would they be showing me this? You're showing me big picture items that you can kind of unravel, unfold into. They're like, my dream's here, I gotta go, babe. Like, ooh. Let's get some advice, please, for Aries. What's up? There's the star. Ace of Wands. Judgment. Yeah, you are. There's a reason I do what I do. I'm not trying to be like that person, but there's a reason I do what I do. Your star is changing and it's based on active decisions now. You can either relate to that or you can't. So your star, once more, is a far-reaching consequence based on our hopes and desires that we can either implement and reach forward, not without trials and errors, or we can't. You're saying your star is very serious to you, and how you understand it to exist in your life is changing based on lessons, communication. So it's kind of like if your star was, let's say in the analogy of a lens, like so, or just a lens, like so. I don't have one in my hand. Let's say it's a lens. You're learning to focus it so you can get that beam of light to go through it, just so. Right now you're refocusing your lens. You have a lens, that would be your star. This is what you're doing with it, focusing it. Okay. You want something very exact from it, and how you've been going about it needs changing, tweaking, alterations based on lessons of what? observations, judgment, decisions, communication. There's some sort of communication here that affects you and makes you understand how you're supposed to tweak your lens or your star. You haven't, I knew it. There's a difference between something being over and being replaced or transforming. Okay? You know, just as an example, I've had a couple of stars, at least in terms of careers, and I've reached for every single one of them and met with some level of success per star. But they've also been changed or replaced over time. We don't just all get one star and that's it. It's a deep calling. And if we can't really respond to that calling, we'll give up or understand that it's not for us. You know? You're like, no, I haven't given up on my star. Based on some level of communication, it's altering how you approach it. Insights, lessons, etc. I would love to know exactly what it is. But how you approach in communication's different. As you receive it, you reshape it. If you're so inclined, feel free to put it in comments what it is you're learning to tweak, how you're focusing your lens. There's commentary here that shapes you and influences you. It's a learning element. Knight of Cups, what about it? Two of Swords, Three of Wands. It's an emotional output that is yet to connect. It's still traveling across time. So Knight of Cups, Two of Swords, Three of Wands. There is contemplation and or confusion here about emotional expression that needs to wait. Three of Wands. So that's being clarified as we speak. I told you at some point you will connect to this person. But it needs a little bit more time stretched out before we can understand the emotional expression towards it. Okay. All right. I don't know what that means in terms of time. I have not a clue. But at some point you two intersect again, and it's based on expression. Okay. Man, just imagine if you two put your heads together, eh? Dark Night of the Soul, manifesting. You know, Dark Night of the Soul, sometimes it's quite a heavy process, and it's not just one night. It can be multiple nights. Oh, absolutely. But that's where we get really confrontational with the self about what the heck we're doing and why we're doing it. And some of us, you or they, somebody here had Dark Nights of the Soul about what we're manifesting and why, and really making that point clear to ourselves. Getting really honest about what we're asking, but we're perhaps not acknowledging. And where's that coming from? So getting clear on it. Okay? Regrets, hot and cold. Somebody regrets the hot and cold energy, jumping in and out of their star, jumping in and out of their hopes and desires, never really committing to one direction or the other. A little bit of left, a little bit of right, which means we actually go nowhere, you know, because we're too busy going in and out in one direction, like hopscotch. All you can really do is move around a little bit, but you don't actually go anywhere. So here we have that sense of regrets of hot and cold, being on, being off, choosing something, but not really, trying to lean into it, but not fully accepting it. There we go. Is that what you're doing? Changing your lens right there. Understanding what direction it should point in. Okay. Interesting. I don't really think we need to pull from that. And I just said that. Having said that, here we go. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I didn't know what to do. There's that sense of back and forth. Don't know what to do, don't know what to do. Once more, I'm seeing it in relation to the star for you. This person seems to be, I'm not saying they're perfect, I'm saying they seem to know where they're headed. But perhaps it's prior to that they didn't. I don't know. But sometimes I didn't know what to do. I'm seeing that again, hot and cold, the regrets thing. Okay. For at least one person. Okay, we have the letter O and Z. Oz. That's cool. Crescent moon in reverse. Not following the moon phases. Not trying to follow the moon phases. Or dark night, where there's no light or absence of light. Some of you had that experience, yes? We have the arrow of Sag, also could be Cupid's arrow. Yeah, I saw maybe a potential that's how you two intersect later. Right now, the chakras are in reverse. Right now, the chakras are not in alignment. We're working on that. I see that. And then we also had the music note. For some of you, music is muy important. Very much a part of your life. It's how you relate. It's how you intellectually connect to yourself, spiritually connect to yourself, or emotionally connect to yourself. Music could be a profession, could be a hobby, so on and so forth. Okay, Aries, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius. Oh. Voice went a little wibbly wobbly. Welcome to your Sunday check-in, and today is officially the last call for happy birthdays, at least for this channel. Yeah, no, it should be. Anyway, happy birthdays to my latter end, tail end Aquariuses. I hope you've had or will have a fantastic birthday. What's up? I have to tell you, this has to be one of the longest Aquarius seasons for me emotionally. It feels like it was really long this year. And every season for me has a little bit of something that I take away from it. You know, not everybody's like that, but I am. And I had so many whoppers of insights over your season. That's probably what's adding to that exaggerated feeling. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aquarius in their person. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. Yeah? But as I explain in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. Show me Aquarius, please, in their person. I'll tell you, honey, it's chain reaction stuff. Queen of Cups, Six of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. The Devil, Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. Justice, Seven of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, no balance in this one, not yet. Four of Cups is in your overview, what you are trying to overcome. I'll point that out right now. This is where you were coming from for a while. You know what it is to be upset, unhappy, disappointed. You've made progress in it. You have. Okay? In fact, some of you are like, I feel really good these days. It's almost a little jaunty. But considering where you came from, any progress is going to make you feel a little more successful, a little more confident. Okay? So I think it's a big deal. The Six of Wands, in all things, you have to know how to measure it against the other cards. So while I could see it as ego and arrogance, yeah, it also implies confidence and job well done. Some recognition, please. Thank you. So what you're showing me is progress. Yeah, again, compared to where you were. Four Cups. I don't know how long you were hanging out in the Four Cups. You can stay there a long time. I don't recommend it, but people are going to go through what they go through, and how long it takes them is how long it takes them. And you're showing me I'd rather try to focus on being happy as opposed to just being stuck back here in the Four Cups. And I agree. You know, you can hang out in those Four Cups a long time without realizing it. Again, more present day. I'm upset. I'm hurt. I'm angry. Pissed off. We don't want to be that. Queen of Cups, you're like, that feels better. You know, we're rocking a softer heart these days. We're a little bit more open to love, a little bit more receiving from the love. Again, it's softer, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It's just open to feeling better things, i.e. love. And that could be any source that is good for you, okay? So open and Six of Wands, you're like, yeah, I've made progress, and I feel better. The fact that I feel better is proof that I've made progress, and so it is. Okay, so I'm seeing this as a kind of good check-in point for you. You've made progress. Gold star. Knight of Pentacles. And you kind of like where you're at. And you're like, I'm going to keep heading this direction. No rush. Let's stay right here. Let's hang out in this feeling better zone. I don't blame you. Because like I said, you're feeling better. Not so much. Not so much. Devil, Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups. You know... Someone has a pattern of blocking off their feelings towards you and being kind of weirdly proud of it. You know, that's a pattern right there. And that has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. It's born within. It's a fear-based pattern thing. It's almost like they're weirdly proud of how they can keep themselves emotionally unavailable, at least when it comes to you. So I can see where you've had some upset with this. Where they are currently, I don't know, but honestly, they got work to do. They have a lot of work to do, and it has nothing to do with you. This is your journey. You've made strides in your journey, so don't forget that. That's their journey. That's something they need to deal with. It's not you. It's not a you problem. You were on the receiving end of their patterns and behaviors, okay? But you understood that it was on you for you to feel better and for you to work through your own emotions, okay? We're not going to hold that person responsible because they can't help themselves right now. Never mind undo some of the damage that they did with you. Okay? So no, as a healthy person, we understand we need to look at ourselves first, which you did. You're not perfect. What I am saying is that you did clearly go through your own particular recovery process. I don't see that with them yet. If ever. I'm not going to lie. I don't see this person changing their ways. From this person's energetic point of view, I had reason to block you and I feel good about it. And you don't deserve my feelings. Someone who's insisting it's not an insecurity issue or the inability to handle emotions and process them. From their point of view, they're proud to enforce boundaries. This isn't a boundaries thing. It's a common misconception, and I have to explain that with the Seven of Wands all the time. There's a big difference between walls and boundaries. Not the same. You might put up walls to enforce boundaries, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's a healthy practice. So this person has a patternized behavior, again, that goes way back, most likely due with frightful amounts of insecurity about opening up. So instead of working through that and realizing it is coming across as emotionally avoidant, fearful avoidant. Not that I'm trying to give it a label, I'm just trying to put it in terms that people can understand. Okay, I'm not diagnosing anyone here today, obviously. But no, it feels like that. You know, when things get too real, they get too deep, they start putting up walls and say it's boundaries. So it's like low-key proud of themselves that they can not let you in. And that's coming from a place of fear and it has nothing to do with you. Okay? Somehow at some point you got caught up in that wave or that mess and it was on you to get yourself out of it. You know that. Okay? Because waiting around for justice with this ain't gonna happen. Literally. Justice, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. No. So long as someone continues to see themselves in the right, even when they're clearly wrong, that's part of the pattern. You know? Trying to balance this karmically is not going to happen. I would advise you with that Nine of Wands is you keep your own walls in place, but you're going to have to defend your position a little bit. You know, whatever this is isn't looking to make amends with you. Whatever this is isn't looking to apologize or own its shit. That would apply some self-awareness. You do. So you keep on keeping on. But now is not the time for balance with this. I think the Aquarius I'm looking at, you know that. You know that. Okay. There might come that day, but today's not that day. You know? Let's get some advice, please. You show yourself balance. Okay? You show yourself balance. And that's a lot of time spent with this. We can't take that back. All we can do is learn from it. Okay? Learn from it and, know that it wasn't a failure. It was a learning opportunity. But it's kind of like understanding I know I'll never receive a balance from this or a karmic balance from this. It's just, I'm just better to block it and say, dear universe, no IOU here. Thank you. Let's just write this one off as a bad tax job or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? But you seem not to expect anything from it. No positive orientation, no insight. But you're seeing those elements in yourself, which is good. You hold yourself accountable. Good. Let's get some advice, please. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, fear of abandonment is going to do that. And that's why you've intuitively understood, and this was very quiet of you, and I completely agree, why you quietly left this behind is because you knew this was a deeper issue of abandonment, which once more has nothing to do with you. All we can do is maybe influence people through positive intent and a loving space, but ultimately we can change no one and make them realize, hey, you understand you got this, you've done this before. Oh, you don't see that. It was everybody else's problem, not you. You don't see yourself as the common denominator for a similar situation or circumstance over and over again. Cool. Okay, I know what I'm working with. I'm going to go over here now, because you're going to keep doing this and or repeating it with someone else or with me, and I'm not going to give you that opportunity anymore. I feel this inherently way deep down inside where my intuition exists, and I'm going to keep moving it forward. No, you're absolutely right. Five of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Six of Swords. You know what you know. And that's very quiet. The High Priestess and the Six of Swords combined is silence. You don't owe this any further explanation. I'm sure you said what you said. That's a very rough Nine of Wands over there. But you also realized trying to get a payback slip on this one to sign off on a IOU? No, probably not. You know. And that's good. I'm glad you didn't hang around to find out, because then you would have contributed to that person's pattern and just reinforced it. And we don't want to reinforce people's patterns. We really don't. They got to figure that shit out for themselves, because it just takes away from our time. If someone doesn't want to see it, they won't. That's it. That's it. You know, like I said, runner, sacred admirer, yeah, just running for what we feel and keeping an eye on somebody, and it's just kind of further proof of what we're talking about, you know. We're always going to run from what we feel and then insist we're doing the right thing, but not let anybody in, you know. That's not you, honey. Somebody taught them that a long time ago. Limitations, fears. Someone here is way too limited by their own fears. A sense of control. I don't want to be controlled. I don't want someone to have any sense of grip on me, or that I want to owe anybody anything. This again, the fears of abandonment. If I connect to this, it's just going to leave me. So it's better that I just patterns and bullshit. Destined, limitations, fears, storm. This was not an unexpected storm. It was going to happen. It was going to happen. Eventually, you know, eventually we were going to have a chemical reaction here. What went down was inevitable, and it was the way things were going to play out, you know. It was going to play out. Things played out the way that they did, and you don't seem to be honestly too surprised. It's like intuitively you're saying, I knew I was going to have to leave this, and I knew it was going to blow up, and I knew deep down inside they had abandonment issues or fear of intimacy issues. I knew. I didn't want to know it, but I knew it. And then boom. You're like, I gotta go. This isn't worth trying to balance with or collect a bill on. I gotta go. That was my bad. It was very big of you. Okay. So yeah, I say you've earned the right to feel better, honey. You've had some really clear energies these past couple days, I'm guessing, plus maybe weeks. K, 2 Ks, and the letter L. Okay, Aquarius, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Let's take a look at Gemini, their person. Show me Gemini and their person. Show me Gemini and their person, please. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? But it's not explaining the intro, reverse energies, as you see fit. What's up? Justice, Page of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. Cool. 2 of Swords, 3 of Wands, and the Star. 7 of Swords, 2 of Wands, Death. I agree. King of Wands. See, you saying you got you. And you do. You got you. Your energy feels good. Your drive is up. Your ambition is up. Your sense of excitement is up. Commanding energy there with that King of Wands. Like, I got this. You're doing something that's important to you. And you are blazing your own particular trails. Respect. Love that. You're doing something also, P.S., that you say is right for you. It's taken time to cultivate it. Don't get me wrong. 7 of Pentacles. But you're saying, I'm here now. And I'm on it. And I like that. Whatever this is you're doing, it's going to be slow growing. Okay? But you will see success with it. You will. And also, you kind of like the fact that it has a certain pace attached to it. Because it's like gives me room to grow. So you see the slow growth here as positive. It's like there's always room for improvement, and I'm psyched up for it. I want to do this, and I want to do this right. My energy's right for it. And more to the point, whatever this is that you're doing in terms of your pathway, Seven of Pentacles is very generically, loosely identified as a pathway that you have in place. Sometimes it can plateau, stagnate, and for others, it represents a steady process, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's where you're showing me. You're like, this is just right for me. I also want room to grow. So it suggests careful cultivation, allowing room for mistakes and to prune things as you see fit. The point is that you're ready for it. You're amped up for it. You're saying this suits you. It's about darn time. You got to grow something that fits you just right, just so. Cool. Over here, Two of Swords, Three of Wands, the Star. I don't know who this is to you. Their energy is so far away and confusing. Two of Swords, Three of Wands, the Star. It's kind of like, I'm working on big dreams too, except they're not. This is where I see that kind of classic thing, and I'm not trying to pick on anybody. It's just people can show me the star all the time. That doesn't mean they're doing anything with it, and this person's not doing anything with it. Again, it's kind of like saying, I have big dreams too, but then I don't know what that means or looks like, and it confuses me, and I still don't know how to define it. So it's like I say all the time, wishing and wanting is one thing, reaching for the star is something else altogether. Now, don't get me wrong, the star journey, the star thing, is wonderful. It can be extremely rewarding, but it requires a great deal of our focus. It requires a lot of our energy, focus, determination, because it's no easy thing to reach for the star. Unlike the sun, you walk out your front door, you feel the sun. The star, not so easy. You have to navigate by it night after night, look towards it. And this person's like, I feel something. Maybe I'll define it one day. So they're looking a little lost out there. They're looking a little lost. It's like, I want something to do that's important and meaningful to me. You got your thing. Good for you, Gemini. I'm over here stuck with this feeling and nothing to show for it. So that is frustrating. I understand that. But most of it's just unwillingness to look further at what's important. Two of Swords, I don't know. I don't have a straightforward answer. Therefore, I don't do anything. So that's where a lot of people, they stop and start with the star. It's not obvious. They have an inclination, they have a feeling, they have a desire, they have a pull, but because the answer isn't right in front of their face, it's not obvious and it's not easy, that's when their star stretches out over time and it becomes this thing that we lose sight of, and that's what's happening to them. So in that respect, I am sorry. All we have to do is kind of pursue the feeling a little more. We start feeling in the details, and then therefore the feasibility. I don't even see them having done that. It's their stars literally stretching away from them because they keep saying, I don't know. It's frustrating. I've worked with many clients like that over the years. I don't mean tarot. And, you know, they came to me hoping I'd throw the magic dart, and that's just not how it works. You do what you can. You throw personality tests at people, you talk them through what they're thinking, and they're still coming up with, I don't know. And it's at some point, it's like, I can't help you anymore. You know? And that's kind of how you're experiencing this. Excuse my stomach. I'm a scheduled eater. I'm hungry. Just a couple minutes past my normal lunchtime. So, of course, my stomach's kicking off. Don't let that concern you. It's normal for me. For those of you who are scheduled eaters, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Seven of Swords, Two of Wands, and Death. Yeah, whatever this is, you're kind of done trying to give this person influence or ideas. Okay, so that tells me you tried. It tells me you tried. But it's kind of like saying, I got to disconnect from you because I know what I'm doing, and I'm sorry you're not there, but you're not supposed to do what I'm doing, and I can only give you so much insight and inspiration. So again, this does not feel romantic at all. I have no clue. This could be a family member. This could be a friend that you've been trying to help motivate for a long time, and they're still like, I still don't know what I'm doing. Okay. It's exhausting. So you know what you're doing. Okay, but you're not meant to be this person's soundboard. And if you did your job. But again, just like I experienced it, sometimes it's like throwing darts at a phone book. You're just hitting stuff randomly at some point, and they're just going, no, 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 no. And you've done everything you could, you know? You helped them figure it out as much as you could, but at some point they have to take responsibility for their own sense of direction, and you can't do that. So, you know, them dodging decision making or staying in the present, being focused in the present and focusing on all the things that are wrong in the past or the future, that's not your problem with death. Okay? It's really not. I don't know that this necessarily ends the connection, but it does end your sense of trying to help this. So for those of you, for some reason, I'm saying this today as an important point. I hope you know that you are not obligated to this. You can only do so much on someone else's behalf out of friendship or caring or love, and everything else is up to the person, honey. You can't help write this person's story. It's their story. Remember that, okay? Yeah, I know. It's like what you're doing is inspiring, right? And they picked up on that. Oh, man, you know what you're doing. That's so inspiring. I want to do that. Oh, you want to do what I do? No. But I was wondering if you could help me out with that. And then it's like it's your fault 2, 3, 4, 5 months later that they still don't know what the heck they want. No, it's not your fault. Okay? It's not your fault. Let's get some advice, please. So again, I don't know that it necessarily ends the connection, but the time you spend on it, trying to help them figure it out or inspire them or teach them, no. We're good. You focus on what you're doing. Clearly it does well for you. All right, let's get some advice, please. The Magician. 6 of Wands, Page of Pentacles. For you, the more you manifest in your own particular direction, the more confident you get, which is a good indication that you're going towards what makes you feel fulfilled in justice, and what turns your energy on is correct. So whatever it is you're putting yourself into, particularly in these present-day decision-making days that we're in, continue to do so. It will do well for you, okay? But you also, just again, mind your own energetic business. You know what you're manifesting. And the more you pull it in and invest in it, you have reason to continue on. So I want you to continue to follow that feeling. Your confidence is not false here. You are seeing results, okay? They are seeing results. This is something that's important to you. So you go on then, and you live your dream. Yeah. 5 of Wands, 8 of Swords, there it is, Death. There it is again. It's almost like, yeah, it's your fault I haven't been inspired yet. It's your fault I haven't committed to a plan. It's your fault I can't see my vision. No. No, no, no. No, no, no. 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 That's not how dreams work. That's not how dreams work. 5 of Wands, 8 of Swords, Death, honey, just please don't. Part of this, you participate, no matter how well-intended. I'm very sympathetic. Trust me, I've spent years, and there's at some point you got to know when to stop working with people. You know, as someone in my profession who used to do what I do, at some point I became that person, that counselor, that therapist that would only work with clients who were ready. As soon as someone showed me hesitation or they weren't taking it seriously, it's like, I think you are more in line with perhaps entry-level work, counseling. I tend to work with clients that are a little more dedicated. And that's harsh, but you have to know it's worth your time, energy, and effort. And same for you. Same for you, honey. 5 of Wands, 8 of Swords, and Death. I mean, somebody else's indecision is not your problem. You get to choose your own level of participation. Bless you, you tried. Okay? I don't know why I'm saying this today, except maybe some of you feel bad. You tried to show this person the ropes. You tried to get them acclimated. You tried to help them sort shit out. And they're still like, nah... say something else that might inspire me. Well, have a Coke and have a nice day. I don't know what else to say. I don't know. Attraction, hot Mars. You got to strike. I know someone has some very interesting Leo running through you. It's kind of like, this is my thing, and I got to strike while my energy's hot. I completely agree with you. Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. It's the end of a cycle. Whatever this is, you're done with it. Yeah, okay. For some of you, it is representing the end of the connection. Like, I can't hang out with that guy anymore. I can't hang out with that chick. It's something like that. You know what I mean? P, Z, Q, and we have the peacock. A bit of a show here. Some of you just have very vibrant energy, or you care about your particular display and how you look, or that's a big part of what your work is presentation. And I think some of you are focusing on that right now. Okay. But yeah, you have a bit of a reason to show your feather these days, and I want you to keep on with that. Okay. Gemini, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Libra. And their person. Show me Libra and their person. What's going on, please? Show me Libra and their person. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. But as I explained in the intro, reverse energies as you see fit. What's going on? Death. Ace of Cups, Two of Pentacles. Contemplation. You haven't fully figured it out yet, but you're trying. You're close, though. Tower, Knight of Pentacles, and the world. Oh, my. My. Take it resonates, leave it does not. Always. You might be very new to tarot, but there's enough here for you to kind of get the idea, right? So this one's either yours or not. There's not much shades of gray here today. Okay. The Hermit, good. Seven of Cups and the King of Swords. Page of Wands. Yeah, we're opening up towards this, but it's small and at first intimidating. You're experiencing a lot at one time. So are they. Okay. Yeah, but it's hard to keep an open spirit around these things. You know, you're showing me Death, Ace of Cups, Two of Pentacles. It's kind of like I said, you understand your heart space for something is over, or it's been very, very transformed. And Two of Pentacles, it's almost like you're saying, is this it? Is this the truth? And how long have I been experiencing this? So Two of Pentacles has automatically the implication of time. You trying to figure this out. So that tells me you've been wondering how much your heart space has changed, or you have been out of love. Like, how long? When did this happen? Because it's a truth to you that seems to be present day, but you can't help but wonder, how long? You know what I mean? How long have I been in this process where my feelings for this have been over and I didn't realize it? How long have I been going back and forth on the love thing and the in-love thing? How long have I been falling out of love? So you see what I'm saying? You're so close to it and understanding that at some point it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you haven't arrived to that conclusion yet, because it's already here. But the Two of Pentacles is how eventually you'll understand that for yourself. It doesn't matter. A spilled cup is a spilled cup at the end of the day. Lost feelings are lost feelings. Changed feelings are changed feelings. How long it took you to realize it's kind of irrelevant. But you're at that point now where it might be a little bit of a shock. It's just catching up to you. The energies are. Naturally, you're going to spend some time in that realm of, how long has this been going on? Why am I just now fully realizing it? Point is you got there. It's catching up to you, though, okay? Over here, the Tower, Knights of Pentacles, the World. Oh. Whew. Okay. Whatever this is, I don't know what the hell it is, honey. It could be anywhere between a person to a situation, circumstantial. It could represent both a person and circumstance. I don't know. That's so much energy. The Tower, Knights of Pentacles, the World. Something that was always headed in one direction radically stopped. And it closed the door. It didn't just close the door. It looks like it slammed the door. It surprised them. It surprised you. There was always that assumption it would always head in one particular steady direction, as denotes the Knights of Pentacles, and turns out this isn't true. Someone did not expect to change plans. So like I said, it's a bit of a surprise to this person, but it's the conclusion they arrived to. It took a while. But it's a conclusion they arrived to. They didn't expect that conclusion, that's all. They really didn't, until it was there. Something stopped them dead in their tracks. And therefore the connection to the world. Perhaps slamming the door is not really what I mean, but it looks so finalized, it looks so final. And you're catching up to your own particular process. You know, it's like I haven't been the biggest fan of you either for a while. And you're just now starting to see that for yourself. You know? So I don't think either one of you is doing this to be angry or mean. It's a very strong realization of where someone always assumed they'd be headed. Turns out they were wrong. They didn't expect the change on a dime, except that was a very slow dime. And then the world and you yourself are like, you know, I can't say I'm the biggest fan of you. Come to think of it, my feelings has been changing for you for a long time, and I'm just now starting to see that. So it's almost like you're thanking them for the tower. It's almost like, thank you, because now I can get real with myself. You know? There's a recognition in that tower. It didn't just affect them, it affected you too. And it kind of both shockingly brought you into a place of realness. The tower did its job. The tower did its job. And I see that over here. The Hermit, Seven of Cups, King of Swords. You're going to be more than fine. The both of you. You both share healing properties. You both might have Virgo in your chart. The point is that you're both going to heal in your own respective ways. Your heart, and when someone here has the firm grip of mind with the King of Swords right there towards the end. And we're going to see how this actually healed us. And we're going to see how this gives us more focus. And we're going to see how this gives us more dedication and cause and purpose to the self. You both are going to heal. You're both going to have better feelings towards each other in the end. I know that's going to seem wild to believe. I'm not saying you fall back in love. I'm just saying that you both have better feelings towards each other later. The path of healing takes a while. And the King of Swords, though, with a sense of focus and a sense of determination of self, we know our mind. We know our mind. And we're glad for it. Okay? Let's get some advice, please. You won't believe it yet, but one day your heart space will be ready. But the point is, you two, in the end, will feel better about each other. Because like I said, that tower, it helps you both understand something difficult. Okay? It wasn't just you being on the receiving end and... No. Look at this. Look at this process you're just now catching up to. Okay? Knights of Pentacles. There it is again. Ten of Wands, Ten of Cups. Yeah. They're showing me this person, Knights of Pentacles, carrying the weight of the inner circle got to them. I don't know how else to put that. It got to them. Ten of Wands and the Ten of Cups. There's something here about the inner circle. The emotional equilibrium, if you will, between yourself, this person, and everything else you're connected to at the emotional level. You're in a circle. Family, friends, spouses, kids. Ten of Wands. They moved in this direction they always expected to. There was no deviation in that course of plan. Until the weight of it became too much. They had become numb, walking away emotionally. It was the recognition of that then. When we always assume we're going to stay in one lane or one direction, and we've never built a mind around it otherwise, that tells me this person had no intention of leaving. They never thought any other way. They never felt any other way. So that tower, whatever happened there, they experienced it as the truth here. This is what's really going on. Now, it could be that you told them you're not in love with them anymore, that you're not sure, and that could have triggered their tower, saying this is how much I've been carrying in the inner circle, and realize I'm not a big fan of it either. It could be the reverse, absolutely. It could be you that said, I don't know how I feel about you anymore, and I don't know if I ever will feel that way again. And then they realize the Ten of Cups has been a Ten of Wands and an Eight of Cups for them this whole time. It could be that, like I said, on the initial assessment, they understood their role as being tiresome and laborsome, and it hit them like lightning one day that they probably shouldn't be there anymore. Or that their purpose here has been served, and they can't see themselves delivering that purpose anymore. But I can tell you this. When somebody understands they need to absent themselves, you, them, or the both of you, is usually correct. We don't want to continue on with the lies anymore. Thing is, we didn't know we were lying. You know? It's like, and let's be real, I was looking at you or focusing on you. You haven't been happy in a long time. You two argue about what happiness is. We can't get on the same page with that. Sometimes it's small stuff, sometimes it's big stuff. Okay, that's enough. I just wanted to push that a little further because they did focus on their point of view. But like I said, you reverse those energies as you see fit. This is one I really wish I had more time with. I really do. Ace of Wands, Leo, Sag, Aries. You might have some very strong fire in your chart, or that sense of for somebody, this might have been a burning topic since last autumn or harvest time. Toxicity, bound to external validations, always feel like we're at a crossroads we can't satisfy. There is a sense here of influence that we're bound and toxic in pattern, and we can't leave this. It's my destiny's crossroads. I can't choose any other thing. And somebody has been turning their energy around since possibly last fall, allowing themselves to believe something different. You, them, or the both of you feeling like you're bound to this, and it's an external validation thing, like eyes are on you two always, and it's a crossroads and pretending that we're not at a crossroads, and that's just not true. Okay, so you both have choices and decisions to make. Absolutely. I think you two, and I think the reason why you two heal and feel better about each other in the end is because you both realize you're more or less suffering from the same thing. B-O-U-W, the medallion of Leo in the reverse, the keyword here being generous. Some of you are strongly associated with generosity. You might have some very interesting Leo in your chart, also indicated by the Ace of Wands, could be connecting to, or their season might be important to you. And then we have the lotus flower. The beauty has just begun to unfold. This is divine beauty, symmetry, that otherwise in nature shouldn't make sense, but it does. It's a beautiful, beautiful display, the lotus flower. And by all rights, when you look at it, it shouldn't make sense, but it does. Things have a way of unfolding to their highest form, their most beautiful form, their most symmetrical form. And we often don't know that something is blossoming until we give it something to work with, like fertilizer or a decaying element. You understand me? Okay, Libra honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on, please, for Taurus and their person? Show me Taurus and their person. Show me Taurus and their person. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? But as I say in the intro, reverse energies as you see fit. What's going on? Okay. King of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, cool. Queen of Swords, Six of Wands, and the Five of Cups. Okay. That's okay. That's different. Four of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you kept on keeping on. Where you saw perhaps stagnation or a slow process, you also understood it would change. You were right. King of Wands, the High Priestess, the Eight of Pentacles. Something about your instinct on this particular pathway took over and said it's going to be all right. I just got to stick with it. Now, when we tell ourselves that, sometimes it's a lie, and we really don't want to see that Seven of Pentacles as being stagnant or having plateaued, right? Because it developed roots. We want to continue to see this thing grow. And at some point, at some place in time on your pathway, the Seven of Pentacles, you had something going on in your life that at some point it looked like on the surface it topped out. And you're like, by all rights, I should change tactics, switch this up, or maybe go to a place or put my time, energy, and effort where there's more fruitfulness, abundance, or frankly just profit. But your drive kind of kicked in here as the King of Wands. It says, no, intuitively, I feel like I need to stick to this. You listen to yourself. That's the big difference between talking yourself into a situation, right, and actually understanding we need to stick to it a little more. What you do is that you threw some good energy into this, positivity, lightness of being, ambition, drive. And when you did that, you're like, this is right, this feels right, this feels right. And you managed to revamp a situation that, again, was like this. It was like this for a while. You kind of dug deep, you listened to yourself, and you said, you know what, let's put good energy into this. I have a feeling I'm onto something. Boom. Your productivity went up. There's recognition in here, pride, success, accomplishment. You're like, I grew this thing. And you did. You got excellent results. You stuck to this. You showed it again, good energy, enthusiasm. You gave it some time. And above all, you listened to yourself about where you needed to change things a little bit on your Seven of Pentacles, particularly what you were putting into it. The idea is if I put more into this, maybe it will grow more or I'll get more back from it. And you were completely right. There's something here about the positive shift in your energy, listening to yourself. Again, it allowed you to get out of a place of stagnation. You saw this potential and you grew into the potential and you're continuing to grow into it. It looks great. So congratulations to you for those of you who really managed to increase. I don't know, most likely your pathway material. We're talking work, we're talking career stuff like this. It's great. You really grew into this and it has done well for you. Now, the one who's connected to you I don't know how this comes into play. It's very brief. It's not deep here. But someone has a very surface level presentation of, Taurus was right. I was wrong. Okay. I don't know what that means. Queen of Swords, Six of Wands, and Five of Cups. They had a false notion that they would be correct or victorious. So, don't get me wrong. They tend to be intellectual or maybe sharp-minded, maybe sharp-tongued. But it's kind of like, well, I have to admit I was wrong. That's bizarre because the Five of Cups has a much deeper meaning. But when it's in position next to the Six of Wands, it's like saying, my ego got hurt a little bit, you know. They were really, really confident that they had the answer, and it turns out this was not correct. So it's not like a devastating Five of Cups, but it's kind of like the admission of, I was wrong and I have to admit it. Okay. So apparently you knew what you were doing and someone else didn't quite believe in your solution or your attitude or your plan, you know? Perhaps they wanted more quicker results or they just didn't think this would go much further. Turns out you were right. You proved yourself right above all. And then also you proved them wrong. But that really wasn't the point. The point is that you could make this grow, get it back on track, or give it more recognition because there's a sense here of pride and achievement and fire attached to it. It's more than just a job well done. So this was a matter of pride for you. This was a matter of concentration. And like I said, good, strong energy. But I have someone here who's like, well, shoot, now I have to admit I was wrong. What? I don't know, but you would know. I don't know if that's a colleague or a jealous coworker or something. I don't know. Something a little closer to home. You would know best. Four of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, you know, it's kind of like you reflecting back on your foundation and what you have managed to achieve and build for yourself. You're like, I'm a pretty smart cookie. Like, I just need to listen to myself more often. You're absolutely right. Ten of Pentacles, when you're running it, a foundation, it is multi-tiered. It is not easy. You know, maintenance is actually the hard part compared to the creation of it. So I can tell that you are directly connected to or plugged into many, many things, not just your own personal sense of career and finances. It's a network. It's a way of life. It's connection. It's resources. All that. It's your environment. You are deeply embedded in it. And it's kind of like saying, Four of Swords, you thought about this a long time ago and its importance to you. And it was almost like you had made a promise to yourself and you're reflecting on that now. It's almost like you're saying, I made a promise to myself. I'm going to stick to this. I'm going to grow it. I'm going to maximize its potential. I believe in it. And you weren't wrong. This is really lended to your overall sense of achievement, foundation, and stability. So good job. I like the dedication that you're reflecting on now about what you told yourself however long ago, that this would receive your full attention and that you would do the best for it and by it that you could. And that promise has paid off and it's going to continue to pay off. You'll be glad you stuck with it. I don't know how long it took before you could start to see results that suggest more positive than neutral. It might have taken a couple of seasons, a couple of years, but at some point when you started to like take the helm of this and shove more personal but positive energy into this, that's when things literally started to feel different. And then you saw it in reality. And then I got one person who was like, well, shucks, Taurus was right. What? How about congratulations? Okay. Maybe they wanted you to change tracks a long time ago, and you're like, nah, that doesn't feel right. And there's a big difference between Taurus being stubborn and having nothing to show for it. You could have shown me the Four of Pentacles at any time, and in fact, you could have shown me taking a hit on your time, energy, and effort. In other words, a reduction. But you didn't. You showed me a positive inclusion, increase. So you were right. Taurus is like, yes, I was. You have a little bit of congratulations from that person. And instead of, well, I guess technically you were correct, Taurus. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's get some of it. Doesn't look that devastating, but it's I don't know. Maybe they lost faith along the way. You know, could have been stretching out too long in their estimation, or they wanted you to switch tracks or to focus on something else. And you're like, nah, I feel like this is my lane. You were right. All right. Let's get some advice, please. Strength in reverse. Lack of strength of will, lack of resolve, lack of belief. Okay. Not having the strength. Page of Wands, to be open-minded, open-spirited. So this person just kind of saw the result as a one-way street. I know I'm right. You know, better to change your path or add more things. I don't know. But it was like a lack of faith here. Lack of strength of will, you know. It required more time, energy, effort, work, and diligence, but that wasn't their gig, it was yours. Okay. So what I'm having here is simply, well, it's not simply, that bothers me a little bit. Lack of strength, lack of willpower, the ability to power through sometimes. And there's times when we need strength as a pro, which is where you dig deep because you know it's right for you. And there's times where it's a con. We're not standing up for this because we don't believe in it. And you know, and the willingness to have an open spirit or to see something from a positive point of view. That's all in there on a couple of cards, right? So in that Ten of Pentacles, oh no, you share the environment and or foundation with this person. So you very much believed in it. They very much did not. Well, you know, some people got to kick rocks, honey, before they realize you hurt your toes doing that. Okay, Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Yeah, don't you look spiffy? You are all fired up and you feel good about yourself. I love that. I love that for you. King of Wands, some of you have some very interesting Leo in your chart, and some water here too, but mostly Leo. Anyway, the point is, honey, your energy's on or in alignment. Your heart space is in alignment with what you are doing is gorgeous. You look great. You've earned it. Let's just, yeah, I mean, we can do some of these, sure. I don't think I call those the boohoo, the hidden messages and stuff. That's usually for fallouts that are after the fact. So I don't use them too often. But this one, sure. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Vivid dreams. Yeah, I know. I see that as part of your reflection in the Four of Swords and the promise to yourself about how you envisioned this path and how you would change it, shape it, reflect it, and that you were dedicated to that. That you would put your own particular stamp on this. And how long it took to play out is how long it took to play out. But it's playing out now, and I love it. New perspective. Oh my God, it's so consistent. Dude, you were so right, and they were so not right. But it's not like the biggest crime they made was like a lack of faith, but hopefully that didn't spill into the realm of lack of contribution. By all rights, they are marked as part of that Ten of Pentacles. So in some way, I hope they participated, even if it was in a begrudging, well, there's no point to this kind of bullshit attitude, but they're still there. You see what I'm saying? Like, they couldn't change perspective. It's like, I know what's up. I know this is how it's going to go down. I know that this street has no outlet. Okay, we're just going to turn right back around and wish okay. We were not correct. Okay, they're really driving that point. Okay, I don't know what's up with that. Why is there such a huge emphasis on this person? Dark night of the soul, ego, vanity, and pride. Self-love. Okay. We had to ask her, you had a serious conversation with yourself already. This is what you might call dark night of the soul. I know that sounds super serious, but in this context, it makes sense upon reflection. Ego, vanity, it's like you keeping at this. Was it a form of vanity, ego, and pride? A sense of I must accomplish? Or was it a matter of self-love to you? Guess which one you leaded to? There you go. I show you. I show you, but you showed me. You're increasing your sense of energy towards this, and you understood that was a portion of self-love. It's not just, it has to work because I say so. Big difference. Big difference. We have the letter L, N, W. We have the Pegasus here in reverse. This is suggesting I have no freedom to choose. I can't take action. There's nothing to do here, nothing to see, nowhere to go. And then we have the jellyfish. Far-reaching tentacles. Your emotions for some of you run deep. Okay, and you deeply tuned into what you felt about this situation. All right. And some of you just went by sheer intuition on this one. And it was a good call. Taurus, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Let's take a look, please, at Virgo and their person. Show me Virgo and their person, please. Oh. All right, like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. As I explained in that intro, reverse energies as you see fit. What's going on for Virgo and their person, please? Okay. 3 of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Chariot. Cool. Cool beans. Death. 10 of Pentacles. Justice. Okay. Well, yeah. The Star. The Lovers. The Queen of Pentacles. So shall it be. Overview. Queen of Swords. You've made up your mind. There's really nothing to talk you out of or into, which you shouldn't do because that's 5 of Swords activity. I'm just saying it for the Virgo I'm looking at. There's really no changing your mind because you've made up your mind. You're determined. You're focused. You got this. 3 of Pentacles, the Fool, the Chariot. You're like, this is where I'm going. Over here. And what is that? I don't know. You're starting something, a new venture, a new way of life, a new path. 3 of Pentacles, Earth signs. It doesn't seem like a lot, but the way you guys add it up over time, it can actually add up to quite a bit. You know this. You're open to some sort of new beginning in your life, a new chapter. And it's almost like you're breezing out the door. Part of it's kind of planned, and that's an indication of readiness and determined, and I know where I'm going to start. And it looks indeed like you're just getting started with the Chariot. It's going to be something that you roll with, and it's just going to take you to the places you want to be. I wish I could give you more, but the Virgo I'm looking at, you already have a rough sketch of what that is. For others of you, this is a reading that is future-oriented. It might take place around Cancer season. I don't always get those impressions, but I did get this one today. But once more, the Fool's journey begins with the Fool, which is a 0 set point. So that's anywhere between now and I would call Cancer season. Yeah. But yeah, 3 of Pentacles, while it starts out what seems like, I got to get this going. It is coming across heavily as clean slate energy, but with a plan. Okay? Building blocks. 3 of Pentacles. We start here, see where it goes. Some of you that's work, some of you that's love, some of you that's life path. Overall, it's a combination of those things. As we tweak one string, right, others can vibrate. That kind of thing. Or little ripples can lead to big waves. This kind of thing. Over here. Something in your environment, specifically, that you possibly shared or co-created is ending. That chapter is over. That doesn't mean the whole foundation's completely gone. I know that can look a little scary there with Death and the 10 of Pentacles and Justice. It's just how you recognize the foundation, possibly with someone else, has altered. And you are making space for alterations as we speak. So here we have the positive of opening to a new beginning, understanding that something is no longer balanced or achievable, or it no longer fits into the framework that is your life. Understand? So 10 of Pentacles, Justice. And the reason why part of this, I don't even know what the hell it is. It's part of your environment, bare minimum. 10 of Pentacles is fairly comprehensive. It's no telling if it was somebody else's contribution, a way of life for you in ways both big or small, something that you've always been used to or accustomed to. It's altered and changed. Okay? That chapter's over because it's no longer in a place of balance, or it's impossible to achieve balance with that particular chapter. Thus, the chapter's done. We can close that one out. And it's coming across as a no-brainer thing for you. You recognize it as an unbalanced element and hasn't been able to regulate itself against your way of life for a long time. Again, your Earth sign, so you're showing me Pentacle, where there could be love, there could be passion, there could be sense of feeling or obligation that's not there anymore because it no longer fits the structure. It no longer fits the framework. Okay? So I honestly don't know what that entails. I don't know how much of your foundation is changing. I just know that you are authorizing it. You are giving it permission. You want to. You wish to. Again, this is a practical thing. This part of my life is closing out. Thus, I'm opening to a new part because I said so. I choose to. No point in trying to maintain something that's not good for me. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. I'm kind of excited for you because it's got that freshness on it that's like, I can't wait to get started. But it's done so in a way that's very practical, very realistic. Excuse me, for those of you who are intolerant to the sound of sipping, I need to take a sip of tea. Turn down that volume. There we go. Okay, and then over here, this shared star, the Lovers, Queen of Pentacles. My. You and somebody is feeling a certain kind of way. I think I see that chapter you're trying to open up. A new one that you're trying to write. My. And you also see it as a grounded part of your life, or you'd like to ground it. I said what I said. But the thing is you would like to incorporate it. You're saying this is a matter of self-worth, baby. This is star we're talking about. This is Lovers we're talking about. I have to do this by principle alone. By principle alone, I need to incorporate this in my life because it's worthy of me. So you're saying something here closed out because it wasn't balanced, it wasn't technically, legally, or spiritually fair, or was no longer fitting the framework of your overall life, or it excluded itself by its own choice. And you're like, that's cool. I got plans. And it's not arrogant. It's not coming across as asshole-ish. It's simply, I understand my direction, and now I'm free to do this. I want to. It's what's right for me. This no longer has a say in my life. Let's do something different. Let's wake the hell up. You know, and I agree with you, stuff like this no longer has a say. That's why it's exiting or closing out. It doesn't balance against the framework. That's it. You would know best about that Ten of Pentacles. But over here, the Star, the Lovers, Queen of Pentacles, you're like, that's right. Yes. It's great, though. It's great. Like I said, we want to make that a reality. There's a far-reaching concept here that you are deeply attracted to, but you wanted to see it in your life in a more long-term, permanent structure. Yeah. We don't blame you for this. No. It's the Star. It's the Lovers. Yeah. And you're saying it's worth my worth. It looks like it is. Yeah. And it's on a shared because technically that means the lover here is responding. So apparently you're each other's worth. Envision. All that good stuff. Let's get some advice. I don't think you need it, honey. But just in case. You know, we're here, right? We got a job to do. Let's do the whole thing. Let's get some advice, please, for Virgo. Okay. Knight of Swords, the Chariot, the Seven of Swords. This is something you were apprehensive about for a long time in terms of action and how to communicate this. So we avoided the topic of moving forward for a long time. One day you were able to communicate it and take action towards it, but the day before you couldn't. You didn't have a plan for a while. You just kind of felt the impressive or imperative need to get going. So we tried not to be too specific. We tried not to articulate the thought because there's something here about the strength of this feeling can't be right. You're showing me misdoubt, misgivings. Talk yourself out of Virgo. Talk yourself out of it real quick. Come on, talk it. You don't have a plan? You don't have a plan, fool? What are you talking about? You don't have any plans. Stop acting like you got plans. And that worked for a while. This is normal. I see people talk themselves out of things all the time, which tells me for a while you did. You talked yourself out of formulating the idea, the thought, and the action. But it was there, and it was building, and it was building, and it was building, and at the point you couldn't keep denying the thought. You know, honey, I don't know if you're waiting for permission or you just needed a lot of reassurance from yourself before you finally allowed yourself to mentally recognize how much work you had done about engaging as the Fool and your Three of Pentacles and your big star lover over here. When you actually allowed yourself to fully address your thoughts, like, oh God, I really have been thinking about this. Yeah, you have, you know, It might have been a very freeing day for some of you, but there's that chariot again. Some of you might have some very interesting Cancer in your chart. Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and the thought as well as the feeling has long been with you about making this work. Here we're seeing the 3D and the emotional element. So again, pathway, but also possibly love stuff. Sometimes they are combined, like I said, okay? But yeah, we've long since been fantasizing and feeling out different emotions about the tangibility of this. I kept trying to act like it weren't there. It was there, okay? Perhaps we've waited long enough then. You know, I think you're more I know you're more prepared than you know. I think what you just showed me was like, I don't know. I don't know. Well, when we do things like this, you're going to get a lot of I don't knows, and maybe I'm just being crazy. But no, that wasn't the case. Push and pull energy, nurture and compassion. Push and pull, nurture and compassion. Sometimes you couldn't tell if this is what was best for you or if you were just being indulgent. There's a lot of push and pull from you. Nurture and compassion here at the Queen of Pentacles. Is this me taking care of myself, or am I being overly indulgent? You know, push and pull. Is this me trying to exercise new boundaries to my comfort zone, or is this actual rational logic about holding back a little bit? It was a little bit of everything. We had to work through that. What allowed you to finally feel the thing and take full possession of the spirit? Well, that comes down to you and your own sense of readiness. Okay. Yeah. Anything else in here, please? Ace of Pentacles, and then one day you just know. Okay. About that brand new opportunity. There's your earth energy showing up, you know. Let's see. When is the next... Oh, Taurus. Taurus season for some of you. So yeah, anywhere between now and Cancer season, you know. You're going to make a crack at it. Ace of Pentacles, a brand new beginning, lover / star. You got a lot going on in here today, honey. A lot. And that's not a bad thing. If you're so inclined, feel free to tell me what closed out. But if you're inclined, it was part of your foundation, and it bounced until it didn't. We have the letters B, I, Z. We have the unicorn in reverse, a non-magical, non-powerful experience. I think we know what that is. Whatever this was wasn't magical. It wasn't unique. It was not that. Okay. And then we have the dragon. You know, a sense of empowerment, really taking command of one's destiny. Okay. Some of you might have some very interesting areas in your chart. Was that it? Yes, that was it. Virgo, honey, this was really cool. It was interesting. It was good to see your process today. You have a lot to work towards. I like how you're like, I'm not thinking about that. I'm not detailing this. You had reason to. I see your reason. I'm glad you didn't talk yourself out of it, because it could have gone that way too. All right, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Capricorn. And their person, please. Show me Capricorn and their person. What's going on, please? Very good. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? But as I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on? Death, you're not the only one. Queen of Cups and the... I got it. I got it. You got it. Everybody's got it. Ooh, okay. Seven of Cups on Nine of Wands and Judgment. Yeah. All I'm going to say for right now is at some point they're going to take the hint. Okay. Six of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. I understand. Yeah, Ace of Wands is in your overview. Guys, I've been seeing some intense things, excuse me. Intense things for Capricorn lately, and you guys have such a way of breezing through your energies like it's easy. It's not easy, and I know that. It is one of your superpowers to be one of the more efficient signs, so I appreciate, like always, you just laying these things out for me, but just do take a time and moment to recognize all this represents time. All this represents a background noise that led up to it. Levels of pain, acknowledgement, recognition, and you guys have been showing me these things, and I just want to point this out to you. Collectives tend to ride in waves. Now, that's not to say I always see a continuation of the same story. No, it can radically jump. I'll tune into a different group of folks, or it was time for the collective to change. But right now, I know I saw a story arc where a Capricorn was struggling to make a decision, even though it was one of their best decisions. They started making the decision, seeing it, acknowledging it, accepting it, and now we're getting past that point of the decision being made and just kind of starting fresh. So just so you know, I acknowledge it. These things happen in waves. The collective moves when it's ready to move. If it lingers, it lingers. That's it. But you have been showing me movement, so it's not just bad news bear all the time. So let me nip that in the bud right now. I am saying positive things for you because you're in a place of readiness. Understand? So you're showing me Ace of Wands. I'm a brand new Capricorn. Where are you feeling that way, energetically? Blasting open to the freshness of energy, hope, enthusiasm, maybe passion. But the point is that you're feeling it. Whereas not too long ago, you were feeling it. And Death, Queen of Cups, and the World. Here it is, we have a sense, at least in our heart space, which some of you have lovely, beautiful, natural, soft heart spaces. But for a certain person, situation, you're like, not that. Not in a while. Your heart has sensed much change. It's not that your heart's dead. No. Your feelings have changed. You know, and transformation of the heart takes a minute. It takes a while. So again, there's a whole bunch of background noise we're not saying here today. I have no idea how long it took you to understand your feelings. You literally had a change of heart. But one day you did understand. And that's when you knew the world. Oh, that time in my life is complete. I literally no longer feel the way for so-and-so or that situation. And it's a different heart space than what you recognized. Prior to that, you probably still love this or very fond of it, or you thought well of it, or you had a huge regard for it. And you're like, not anymore. And it's not meant to be a challenge, so don't take it as one. You either understand that to be true about yourself, and we're just doing a rough job of explaining it in a couple of minutes, or you're not. You know, you either experience that or you haven't. I know what that's like, and it takes time. You used to feel so strongly about a situation, place, circumstance, or person, and then little by little, degree by degree, your heart space accepts the fact, I don't feel about this the same way as I used to. It's over now, and I can see it, I can acknowledge it, and I can tune into the feeling, and that's okay. So here we have the world kind of finalizing that process, that motion, and it's acceptance. That chapter in my life is closed. That feeling I had for that situation or person is closed, and I'm okay with that. Do you want to know how I know you're okay with that? Right here. Okay? You can't be excited for yourself, showing me new beginning energies or feeling it or being in tune with it, and then tell me that, you know, your heart space is still hurting pretty bad. Okay? You've done most of the work. That's what transformation is here. But yeah, the world is just kind of topping that off. It's like, oh yeah, it's official. That chapter's closed. I'm good. I'm good. I'm okay with it. Good. I'm glad you're okay with it. That's what half of tarot is people understanding they can be okay with change. That's all. All right, 7 of Cups, 9 of Wands, Judgment. You know, we're... God. We got some truth hurts elements in here. We got feelings for you. I don't know what that means. I'm just assuming it's negative, and I'm just assuming to block it. We got a lesson in this. Stop denying your feelings, and your life will get so much easier. Stop insisting that you don't have feelings, and your life will get so much easier. Stop blocking this idea that you were never open to feelings towards Capricorn, because you were. You stop denying it, and miracles happen. Look at you. I bet there was a time in life when you thought you would never get over this, or that you would never feel differently, and look at you now. You're cool. This person's not cool. They're still over here floating denial. Okay? That they were ever anti-feeling or that they ever had any feeling towards you. They were not open to exploration. No. They avoided that whole thing. Then why are you still struggling with it? Spiritually and emotionally, you're still struggling with it. Stop denying it. Gosh, people get themselves into so much trouble. They block, they put up walls. That didn't happen to me. I didn't have feelings. But, okay. That's the beautiful thing about denial. I know you've heard me say this before, but it has no postcode. You can't get a hold of that person. It's literally a lesson you have to be willing to learn. Why am I still sore about that? I'm not sore. I take that back. It never happened. It's a little bit of butt hurt. It's a lot of deniability. They're not going to get anywhere near where you are until they acknowledge square one. Oh, I had feelings for this. That's my bad. Oh, I was open to it and then I acted like I'm not. Well, that's my bad. Until they get to square one, they're not going to get anywhere near where you are. And again, it's not a competition. I'm not sure why I'm seeing them except for the fact that they still spiritually and emotionally struggle to process you because they're still too busy denying you, specifically their feelings for you. But never mind. That would suggest that they were ever open to them to begin with. Oh. Okay. Six of Wands, Knight of Swords, Six of Pentacles. You chill. You good, bro. You good, sis. You are doing some really good work in there about maintaining your balances and probably surpassing expectations. Like you're getting recognition like crazy. You look good. You feel good. You're taking care of business and business is good. You're maintaining those contracts, those balances. Your mind is on point. Your actions are on point. Your communications are good, and your actions are solid. You are backing up what you do every day, and you are getting the appropriate levels of recognition. This is technically shared, but guess what? I'm not saying that way today. No, this is you. And this is part of that energy package that you're feeling right now. I just see you appreciating what's already in your life and doing the best you can by it, so it can do the best it can by you. And you're getting recognition for it. Look at that energy blast. You put yourself positively in the stuff that already exists and is there for you and it gives back to you. And you're getting back measurable results, specifically recognition. So, hey, that ain't bad. So you continue on your course of action with that. You know, and the good news is about that world is so auspiciously placed. It's officially recognizing that that door is closed for you. It also suggests one's coming up. Lest we forget how the world works, yeah? What's going on? So like I said, it may not seem like much to you, and it might seem like the same report. It's not. Sometimes progress is by degrees, and if there's anyone who can appreciate that, it's you. I want you to stop and take, and that's if you identify with this reading. You may not. But if you do, I want you to stop and take a minute and just recognize your progress to yourself. Okay? Recognize your progress. Like, my feelings have changed. A lot. Once upon a time, I didn't think that would ever happen, but I'm actually pretty damned okay. So if this helps you at all, give yourself a reference check. This is what happens when we don't deal with our shit. Okay? That doesn't mean you go rushing in there. That doesn't mean you have anything more to say to them. It's just they're still connected. Queen of Wands, King of Swords. What about it? Nine of Swords. Oh, they keep an eye on you. Yeah, they see how well you're doing. You know, they see the fire in you. They see that. I see that some of you have some really interesting fire-air combination in you, and that's a very potent combination because one absolutely carries the other. In fact, it encourages it. But yeah, this is you're showing some really upper-level skills here and determination, energetic focus, accomplishing goals, and it looks good on you. Like I said, you're getting recognition as you deserve. They're also keeping an eye on you, and you know. What they see stresses them out, and it's going to continue to do so long as they refuse to understand why. Again, not your problem. I don't want you to be like, well, that's what they get. That's a bit of an ego thing. They're only showing me this because every now and again, I'm guessing you get the sensation that, hey, why am I thinking about them? It's because they're still working through the stuff that you, by all rights, mostly have. You know, and what they see stresses them out. Oh, that you're succeeding, that you're accomplished, that you're well thought of. Oh. Okay, again, not your problem. You go on about your business. And continue to manifest what is correct for you. You know? That's it. Manifest what's right for you. That's all there is. And for some of you, that's simply amplification of your worth. Very good. I know some of you wanted more insight on new love prospects in time. I told you that world is perfectly proposed between your old love and what could be your new. but we're not there yet. You are getting recognition, though, so do be mindful. Karmic partner, listen to your intuition, celebration, gifts, and abundance. You have a lot to offer. I see that. And you're also right in alignment right now for recognition. Okay, makes perfect sense. But in terms of that sense of karmic partner, listen to your intuition. You understand what I'm telling you, right? Karmic partner here, it's not really negative or positive. We have to learn from it. That way we kind of eliminate our side of the debt, the karmic debt. Okay. That's it. You had to listen to your intuition on that one. It wasn't necessarily straightforward, but it did have meaning to you. Okay? Okay. And that's also good advice for them, too, if they're watching. Listen to your intuition. You're as much a karmic as Capricorn was to you. And the sooner you listen to that lesson, the more you can let it go. S, F, and then we have your medallion. Keyword here being ambitious. You might be double, triple cap, of course, and there you go. Or you could have been connecting to as well. Obviously, the season will be important to you. Capricorn, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Let's take a look at Scorpio. And their person. Show me Scorpio and their person. What's up? What's going on? Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? As I explain the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on for Scorpio? Okay. King of Cups, that's you, darling. The Chariot. Ten of Cups. Va-voom. Look at you. Cool. Seven of Swords. The Ace of Wands. Page of Swords. Why am I seeing this? That's more than a little eye. I've been saying... I told this to someone else. I want to say it was Aries. I could be wrong. I've been seeing a lot of little eyes these days. Someone's keeping a little eye on you. Except this one's a little bit more than that. Okay. Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, King of Wands. Finally, some forward momentum. Seven of Wands. Hey, keeping yourself to yourself. There's a strong sense of boundaries here, not necessarily walls, just boundaries. Apparently, you're experiencing a lot of emotional, healthy connectivity. It's a surge. But some of you are just practicing good boundaries, and you're glad that you did. You're saying, I have an open heart, and it moves forward. Always. It's like, I try to keep an open heart always to those people who matter the most in your life. And you're saying, that's everything to you. You know, your Ten of Cups is everything. Your inner circle, your inner sanctum. These are the people that we would generally refer to as family, close friends, lovers, spouses, kids. The people who need to be with us. And when we look out upon the world, we know that they're there. Okay? And we're glad that they're there. So you are fulfilling your role here as the King of Cups. You move outward when it matters, and you also receive. It's beautiful. Your heart looks very fulfilled. It looks very satisfied. You might have lots of water. Double, triple, quad. Specifically Cancer. May not. The Chariot and the Ten of Cups. And you're like, this is where it's at, man. This is where it's at. This is what it's all about. You look deeply, deeply satisfied. Very emotionally fulfilled. Like your cups are always topped up. I love it. You never left empty on the tank. That's the Scorpio I'm looking at. And a big part of that success here, emotional success between those people, yourself, and those people who matter, is because you practice boundaries. And because of that, you have become a very emotionally stable and reliable source for other people to feel good and supported too. I mean, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. People know how to treat you, and you know how to treat others. It's gorgeous. You look so emotionally wealthy to me and through my eyes, and that's gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. And you're like, that's what it all comes down to, babe. At the end of the day, Ten of Cups, I'm all about it. Always. Emotional enrichment, harmony, and peace. There's peace in here, serenity for myself and for others. And you're like, this is what it's all about. I love my peace. And that's what the Seven of Wands here is boundaries. You're protecting your peace and those you love. You know, you look great. Seven of Swords, Eight of Wands, Page of Swords. And I got somebody here keeping an eye on you, and they ain't saying nothing. So that's a little bit more than a loose eye, which, like I said, I've been getting an increased volume of lately. Loose eyes here and there. Somebody's looking at you. That's all it is, though. This one's like, I actively think about what I would say to Scorpio, and then I shut it down. Kind of in denial about our words. Seven of Swords is active avoidance. So we have the thoughts, but it's like, no, I don't have the thoughts. I have words for Scorpio. No, I don't have words for Scorpio. That's stupid. Why would I do that? This is what I would say to Scorpio. I don't have nothing to say to Scorpio. Okay. You know, what song is it that goes, I know you're lying because your lips are moving? It's kind of like that. I don't think that they're inherently a bad person. They could be devastatingly, painfully shy. I mean, that's really real for, but it's not that. There's a sense of familiarity here, specifically in the idea of I know what I would say, and then I completely discredit myself from saying it. Never mind actually acting on it. The Page of Swords at the end of the day is helpless, and that's the finishing card on this person's bottom line. They have words in theory, but wouldn't be able to put them into practice. At least not right now. Will it always be like that? I don't know. But that's what it is today, and that's most likely what it was yesterday and the day before. Could be tomorrow too. But this super easy energy to overcome. You want to know how easy it is to overcome? Like that. You do the opposite. It's choice. But that's how pervasive and irritating the Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords is. If we really want to discount what we're thinking and feeling, we can and we will, because we're humans. We love to do this shit to ourselves. We live for this stuff. Until we realize doing the opposite of what we've done gets us results, we won't do it. And that comes from places of fears and the inability to recognize those fears. So somebody has something to say to you. In fact, sometimes it's a script. Sometimes it's one word. And then the whole thing gets drafted or deleted. Okay. Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, King of Wands. Now, whatever this is, I don't know what this is, but it's not that. This has no problem expressing itself to you. None whatsoever. This is This is what full ownership of feeling looks like. Okay, it's specifically between two people. It's lovely. It's sincere. It's well felt and meant between these two. That's an open line of emotional communication. It's quite lovely. It's beautiful. You resonate strongly with it, very much so. When somebody speaks to you, you know they speak with sincerity and they own their words. They own their feeling. Here we have no misgiving, no miscommunication, and no one's feelings are misunderstood because they are spoken appropriately. I feel this. And then there's no room for doubt. None whatsoever. So here I have the pride. I just don't feel like that's you, of this King of Wands who they say what they feel and they own it. And you reciprocate. Be this someone new or old, I do not know. But the energies mix really well. And you actually share this with somebody who is not that. This doesn't share. It shuts down. It doesn't seem to be very assured of its thoughts, never mind feelings. Why am I saying this? You would know best. They're still connected to you in some way. Perhaps this is someone you had to exercise emotional boundaries on, and they feel left out. They feel excluded. But this is open. It's honest. It's a lovely breeze, cool breeze on a summer day. It's beautiful. It's passionate. It's loving. Again, be it new or old, I don't know. Perhaps it's just unfolding. Perhaps it's been unfolding. You would know best, but it is present and it is well communicated. The opposite of this. No, I don't think this person's suddenly speaking up. They might do in one day, but this is active, this is non-active. This is where you are. Oh, gosh. We've got hair. Okay. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. So, the Scorpio I'm looking at, you got nothing to envy or feel bad about. You love hard. You love the people in your life hard. You say they all serve a purpose and I serve a purpose in their life. Thus, I am in it. Yes, I exercise boundaries, and that's one of the things that make us all emotionally healthier as people. I agree. Keep your inner circle tight. Okay? I strongly believe that. Know who has a place in your heart and in your life and who doesn't. Okay? Someone here is watching. They feel excluded, or they wish they could talk like you or express themselves. I mean, they can do. They can do, but if you choose not to see it that way, then you get the result that you believe. But someone here does, and that's what counts, and that's what's beautiful, okay? 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, the Magician. I'm going to say you because this is your reading, okay? At some point, you had to break away from a manifestation that was too long standing, and it became stagnant. I just tried to combine those two words. But you had to break from your own wish or heart's desire or something that was stagnant in the end. 7 of Pentacles, it had no more room to grow. That is a deappreciation, so it went from a 7 to a 5. That's going backwards in time. That's going backwards in effort. It's like you hit plateau at some point in your life on your pathway. There was no improvement. The roots were there, but you had nothing to show for it on the surface. You used to manifest this until you had to break from it. 5 of Pentacles. Okay? So here we have lack of growth, lack of potential, lack of flowering. A lot of lack. More lack than proof of results. Okay? Okay. This is one of those practical decisions, guys. You wanted more. You didn't get more. The roots ran deep, but you wouldn't know it on the surface. So you had to part ways with it, specifically wanting it, with the manifestation effort there. Seven of Swords. Death, you. I think we know what the subject was then, don't we? So this was a person you excluded because you were exercising boundaries. Whatever that was grown between our connection, there wasn't much to show for it. The roots might go way back, but it's the results in present that matter. So I don't want you to think that, Magician, you wanted this unnecessarily. You wanted it for a reason. You wanted it to grow for a reason. But we couldn't keep dealing with the avoidance. Lack of ownership. Things like that. Okay, that's enough. I've lost interest just like you have. Not insult. Take this one. That's you, honey. Recognize your power card? Yeah, people get so offended. What do you mean I did that? No, I'm not telling you what you don't already know. So if you don't resonate with that, if that's not your story, then it's literally not your reading. Scorpio, I'm looking at this as well after the fact. You've blossomed beautifully into an emotionally rich quality of life, so don't feel bad for me. Don't cry for me, Argentina. No. You're doing very well for yourself, so you remember that. When you're emotionally connecting like crazy to someone who doesn't seem to have a problem expressing themselves to you, this is what you earned. This is where you should be. Not manifesting and calling something over that Battle Rights was a long time ago. Okay? I'm only saying them out of, I guess, spiritual courtesy that the universe wanted you to know. Most likely because they're still clinging to the ideas that they won't release into the universe. That's all. That's all. Okay. But good for you. This is beautiful. It's so emotionally rich. Distance, spring, memories, nostalgia, the 6 of Cups energy here. Some of you gained distance, or you put your boundaries up, or you got yourself separated from this at some time around spring. Last spring, this upcoming spring, but this is past. It's past. Sometime around spring is when you got distance from this. And, well, your emotional enrichment likely began. Okay? There you go. Simply confirmation for some of you. It was with you a long time, the 6 of Cups, no doubt. Someone here's the runner. I see that. Runner from their ideas, runner from their feelings, won't stay put in one direction of thought or feeling. They always got to run. They always got to be somewhere. Okay. We have the letters B, F, J, and snowflake, of course. Time of Scorpio, time of winter, transformation, taking effect, all that. Scorpio, honey, I hope this helped you. I do. It was lovely. I don't know why this spirit points out these things about the person who keeps an eye, unless they're still very mentally and emotionally and spiritually conflicted. And more often than not, my experience is to draw a comparison of where someone is versus where you're not. Look how far you've come. It's not meant to be a salt in the wound thing to make you feel hurt. No, they want you to celebrate what's here and what you have earned and got yourself into in a good way because of decisions made in the past that might have been hard, and I'm sure it was hard at the time, but were also real, true, and valid. I've seen that for you not too long ago in a slightly different context. So again, beautiful, beautiful. Something that would not unfold, and you had to own it. Okay? That's all. I do hope this helped you. I thought it was lovely. And good job connecting to that. Keep at it. It looks very promising. I hope this helped. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Pisces in their person. Show me Pisces in their person. What's up? What's going on for Pisces? All right, what's going on? Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? Just explaining the intro, reverse energies, as you see fit. What's going on? Five of Wands, the Tower, Seven of Wands, okay. Well, good news is fighting has stopped, or at least you stopped participating in it once you realized what was up. Okay. Judgment, Seven of Pentacles, the Sun, Death, Strength, the Fool. Yeah, that's a no sale. Overview, Page of Wands. You want to open up to other things, even if it's difficult. Okay. Yeah, there's a no sale here, guys. This is going to be one of those readings. It's either yours or it's not. Okay, that's a pretty rough entry right there. Five of Wands, the Tower, Seven of Wands. There was an argument that you were in, participation, in that sense of I got to fight back or stand my ground, or you were arguing and you just had the sense that you were supposed to. Maybe you didn't know necessarily why. But you were fighting, and it looks external. Until the Tower came along and said, stop. It's not worth it. There's no point to this. It'll be a never-ending story. Some sort of argument that just will not go away. Stop participating in it. Seven of Wands. Exercise boundaries. You don't have to participate. It's something I say all the time. You don't have to keep fighting for this, Pisces. You don't have to. You're not supposed to. Leave it alone. Okay? Over here, Judgment, Seven of Pentacles, the Sun. There is a sense of, I know, I'm sorry, this is so vague. There is a sense of growing happiness rising to meet you. It's not there yet. Okay? So I don't know exactly who. It could be circumstantial. Your pathway is meant to be happier. It's supposed to be. And we have to rise into this pathway. And it won't be easy. It's going to be slow to start. But there's something in here in the recognition of it. It wants to meet you there, into a place of calmness, stability, and warmth, happiness. The pathway is here. So whatever this is represents chaos that you are pulling out of in some way, be it with another person or situation. I have to insist on this line. Instead of a person, I'm seeing a life path, a lifestyle, situation, or circumstances rising to meet you. Your life should be smoother and happier and warmer than this. Okay? We are growing into it. We're developing. You know, guys, one of the biggest critiques I get, how come it always goes to the love stuff? It often does. That's how people often interpret it until I say, this is not that. And I do. This is a spiritual thing. This is a work thing. This is a family thing. And then people be like, no, it's a love thing. Okay, fine. You take it as it resonates. I'm here to tell you through my eyes as a reader, this is not coming across as a love connection. This is coming across as a way of life that you have yet to rise into, that you didn't know how much you were craving peace and calmness and even sameness under the sun. You want to meet that space. It's not really a person, it's a way of being that you don't have in your life just yet. I want you to get there. You do too. And it starts with you exercising boundaries over something that is like a never-ending argument. Let's jump over here. Death, strength, the Fool. Stop being so prideful. And I'm not really telling you, it's here in the card. Stop being so prideful or showing strength unnecessarily. That's how you opened up to with the Five of Wands. It's just a very milder form of it. There's a sense here of strength in this respect is not well used. It is not in your favor to continue to exercise strength over here and to continue to fight for a life or a pathway that's not yours. I don't know if it's a pride thing. I don't know if it's because you told yourself once you started you couldn't stop. A lot of people get caught in that trap. It's a kind of spiritual trap. It's not really a mind thing. It's a thing, well, I said I dedicate whatever it is to this cause or this work, and I have to stick to it. And that speaks more to a false sense of pride. That path may not be no good for you. You can see this thing out to the end, but what is left of you by then is so exhausted fighting for something that's not yours. And the Fool, that's more like it. If you allow yourself to have this kind of what looks like a massive reset, a new beginning is yours. Like I said, that path is on its way, rising now as we speak, to try to meet you in a place that is calmer, more serene, warm, much more conducive to personal growth. Okay? And again, I have to insist, it started with you choosing to not participate. There's something about the inanity of this that you realized, and at first it just seemed like, boundaries are walls, but it's actually going to change quite a bit for you. We got to let go of this pretense that we have to be strong. We got to transform that. We don't want to completely lose our idea of strength. It still has pros, but it can also be used against us. And up until that point, that's where it was. You were using strength against you. We want strength to fight for the right path to travel on. And not just because we said so. A Fool, I want you to open up to that new beginning. Like I said, you're setting yourself up for a reset right here. It's quite interesting yours today. Let's get some advice, please, for Pisces. Some of you have been scared for a new beginning. What you thought was bravery and sticking to the path was just another representation of fear. Okay? We got to transform this. King of Swords. Justice. Eight of Pentacles. You really need to figure out what's right for you and what actually works. And that's what you dedicate your mind to. A pathway that works. A work that works. A way of life that works. Something that is technically, legally, and spiritually correct. Where there is no conflict in you. None. This is correctness. There's no need to fight. There's no need to argue. And there's no need to contradict yourself or your energies and what you're doing while you're doing it. It is simply a knowledge, an acknowledgement to the universe. This is absolutely 1,000% correct for me. It does not cause me drama. It does not cause me harm. It's just correct. This is the pathway that's rising to meet you. It's smoother. A lot more beneficial to you. And it's also apparently the right thing to do. It's a correctness of spirit, a correctness of justice. And it's a lot more conducive to your life. Ten of Pentacles, the World. I looked at the Tower. It's like, what is it that's imploding? It was a kind of foundation, but it wasn't stable. Don't get me wrong. It allowed you to be connected. It allowed you to be resourceful. It might even allowed for you to build a cash flow in some way, but it's over. And you trying to keep it in place is one of the things that's actually destabilizing you. Something here does not work anymore. And it was very hard, darling, to understand that. I understand. I do. But the whole point of stability is to be stable. This was very destabilizing. And then it hits you like a lightning bolt. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep cultivating this so-called foundation when it causes me this much harm, this much drama, this much bullshit. All you showed me was pathway, pathway, pathway. Yeah, no, excuse me. I don't think this is love, and I don't think it's supposed to be. I don't want you to be disappointed. There's some big stuff we're looking at here. I just want you to know a whole new way of life is available to you where it's calm and stable. It's even profitable. But it is not dramatic and is not harming. Allow this to happen. And it started with those boundaries. 7 of Wands. Stop. Halt all this activity. This is nonsense. This is bullshit. And don't allow false pride to get in the way. Okay? Real pride is knowing when to call the shots, and that includes knowing when to call something a loss. That's real pride. Because then you get to readjust your frame of mind about what's actually right for you. Correct, specifically. Okay. Winter, for some of you, the current winter, okay, between fall and winter, whenever that is for you. For those of you in the northern hemisphere, these were back to back. Between fall and now, winter, you've had some heavy moments of proof of instability. A secret admirer, I don't know about that. That wasn't necessarily the emphasis here today. Don't get me wrong. It's not to say your mind or your heart aren't turned in a particular direction or they're not turned to you. Sure, but that's the thing. It's a secret admirer. Whatever that is isn't ready to coax out yet. But it's there. That's fine. Oh, mirroring. Oh, there's someone you already admire? Well, they admire you back. But, okay, there it is. There's the Fool. Whatever this is won't allow itself to express until we open up and take that leap of faith. For some of you, Pisces represents your Uranus placement, by the way. But it's not until we trigger that new beginning do we get into maybe a more personal side. Okay. But right now we're talking about changing up our life path. And this has been, and we've had ample opportunity of this or witness of it from fall to winter. We have the letters H, I, M, N, and F. Okay. M as in mother and N as in no, just in case we didn't hear that correctly. Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Cancer. Show me Cancer and their person, please. Show me Cancer. And their person. What's going on? Okay. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, which I explained in the intro, reverse energies, as you see fit. What's going on for Cancer? Okay. The Knight of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Oh, you feeling romantical. It's nice to see that for you. Ace of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, and Temperance. Okay. Page of Swords, 6 of Wands, and the Fool. Okay. A little bit of mounting tensions there. I don't see it as bad. It's like you're both saying I knew it, which is funny. Okay, Queen of Cups right there in the opening, your natural state of grace, you know, sense of I would like to receive love, I'd like to give love, I'd like to feel it, I'd like to give it, just love, love, love. You're feeling good. Also, your intuition's out, so that's good news. You're listening to yourself, and like I said, you know your heart space is in a certain way. And you are feeling quite a bit of natural good stuff. You got the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the fastest moving knights. Well, Knight of Swords. Okay, Knight of Swords. Yeah, I could give a the run for the money, excuse me, for the Knight of Wands. But that's not the point. The point is it's all emotion. And it's beautiful emotion. There's times when you feel passionate. There's times, like I said, where you feel romantically inclined. And 9 of Pentacles, you still feel in control of yourself. Okay, you are still at the helm of your own particular ship, so that's good. You're navigating, you're saying, I know me, I'm experienced, I trust myself, what I'm feeling is real and natural, and you know what? I'm in tune with it. I like it. You like what you feel. You're glad you have natural energy. It feels a little, yeah, it just feels a little live. It feels a little peppy. Like I said, it's extra special feelings. But you're also showing me I'm grounded. I'm cool. I'm cool. Nine of Pentacles, I'm cool. I'm open. I'm up for it. I'm down. You're saying you're down, you know? What you're down for, well, you would know. But yeah, it's a little bit of everything. Like I said, romance, passion, expression of the self. It's playful, it's light, but I like where it's coming from. Ownership of self, Nine of Pentacles. You got it. You're grounded. Over here, Ace of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Temperance. Someone is connected to you. Perhaps not right now in the 3D. They have been working on cleaning up their energy. Okay? They've been learning things about themselves, healing specifically, either abandonment that you two experienced together, some sort of breakage, or they in and of their own right. It could be that they are getting their energy ready to prepare themselves for a new beginning, and that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. So whoever this is who experienced the Five of Pentacles, I don't think it was in connection to you. You look great. You look single and ready to mingle, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Just throwing it out there. It's either you or it's not. You're either a Cancer who is single and ready to mingle, or you're not. That's it. But honey, there's really no mistaking that. But what I like is that you know you're ready for it, which is beautiful. There's no contradiction in your energy. I'm loving this for you. Loving this for you. Honestly, the Cancer Collective has been on an uptick, and I am living for it. I am loving it. And I want to continue to congratulate you and move that forward. Your heart is literally in the right place. I love it. But I like how you said, though I'm grounded. That was awesome. But over here, this someone is in energetic preparation, which I see from time to time, to heal themselves for a new beginning, because they know that they should. I'm not saying we all have to be perfectly healed human beings when we want a new beginning, but it's not a bad way to start. When people go relationship jumping, they end up causing a lot of problems because they're still carrying baggage over from the last thing they separated from but didn't take time to learn from. So this person, if it helps you when you connect with them, and it looks like it's a matter of time, just please know that they have done a job in making themselves ready and prepared. Okay? Like you, they're feeling a certain way. They're inspired to a new beginning. The both of you are. So you're actually matching frequencies in that respect of you're both opening up to a new beginning. And they're doing some quality work there on healing what hurt them. Again, this is smacking of new. It's a new alert. You're up for a new beginning. This person's going to be up for a new beginning. It's a process, but they're taking their time with it, which I respect. Page of Swords, Six of Wands, the Fool. I think if I were to hazard a guess, I think you two are at that point where you just started making eye contact. And by that, I mean you have become aware of each other in the real world. Like you're checking out their profile, they're checking out your profile. And I'm thinking that's where you two are right now. It's just started. I got a couple loose eyes on each other. That's the two of you. And let's be real. The both of you like what you see. Six of Wands. You know, you put up your best pictures. You didn't put up your worst ones where you were hungover and crying. And pages, let's be real, Cancer, you didn't do that, and neither did they. The pages were six, and you're like, I like what they see, and they have a similar thought. And then the Fool is like, all right, here we go. Here we go. So I think you're both warming up to new acts. I do. I do like the quality of their energy, though, that says, I know that when I break from something, I should take the time to heal. So they've done that. And you just look fit as a fiddle. I like your emotionality. I like this. I don't get to see things like this for you very often. So I don't know if I'm tuning into a whole new group of Cancers or if you guys have really just worked through your energies. I see this sometimes, and when collectives are down here, they're down here. And when they rise together. And then sometimes they peak, they peak. So many of you are just, you're up here where you're ready for new. I'm not saying you emotionally entangled to something of the past and how do they feel? How do they feel? And that's, I get that for you a lot, and I know it's frustrating. But every now and again, I get something like this that's like, heck yeah, I'm excited for you. I want you to explore this. You look great. You look ready. Them too. And like I said, you both have some loose eyes on each other right now. And you both, you both like what the other sees. There you go. Out the doors, the both of you. you know, it's just a matter of time before you two pull it into reality. What's going on? I'm trying to imagine a picture of you where like you're hungover and crying. You're like, I'm posted. This is me in the wild. This is me raw. If you can't handle that, then you can't handle nothing else. No, that would be a moody Cancer. But the idea of it hit my funny bone. I don't know. Okay. Four of Pentacles, Judgment. You honestly felt that you hung back a long time. And that it was kind of like an internal call about readiness and holding back until you knew you were ready. So you're showing me your own sense of spiritual preparedness and that you try to be mindful of your lessons, all this good stuff, but now you're like ready. You're ready to take a new test. Okay, not that it's a test, but you know what I mean. Four of Pentacles, Judgment, exercising good judgment, and we held back for a while, but now you're ready. You honestly feel that you're ready, and I think that's why you showed me the Nine of Pentacles. It's like, I got this, and you do. Okay. And the Queen of Wands, and you feel fantastic, and I bet you're looking fantastic too. Sure, why not? Like I said, the both of you kind of like what the other sees. Cool. All right. Sorry if you heard my stomach kick off. Let me tell you. I had lunch, but my stomach's like, we're not done yet. Destined. Okay. Sure, why not? Okay. Ace of Swords. Sorry. I don't know why I hesitated. Ace of Swords is in reverse. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. What's that? Oh, vivid dreams. Nurture and compassion. No strong truth here. Just vivid dreams. And feeling that need to nurture and open up. Okay. You're going to be more open to the feeling, more open to your dreams. There's something here about nurturing and compassion that's very important to you. But no harsh truths here. Just kind of like vivid dreams. So you're saying it's more of an instinct or more of a feeling for you, but still keeping in mind who you are. That's fine. Or you're not going to push for truths too fast, too soon. No harsh definitions, no harsh lines right away. I agree. Especially when you're this open-ended, this early. It's best not to draw any conclusions too fast, too soon. Okay? That's fine. Okay. And for some of you, simply spring, which is right around the corner. Okay? Or whenever your next spring is. Yeah. That's when this becomes more than just, oh, is that what that is? No conclusions on what you two have seen so far, nor should it be. I mean, again, you're just at that stage for some of you where you're keeping an eye or you just kind of visually made contact with that person for the first time. So no hard conclusions yet. Yes, of course. No judgments yet. No hard decisions. Okay, we have the letters B, two B's. B, W, P. We have the wolf in reverse and upside down. No sense of cunning, no sense of being stealthy. It's not like that. It's not a matter of hunting and survival here. It's not like that. Ten of Pentacles, however, you are minded towards the tree of life or the foundation. Longevity. It's important to you. Your roots are important to you. Okay? And then we have the arrow of Sag, or frankly just Cupid's arrow. Yes. Would you like to be in love? Sure. Are you also obligated to stay grounded because you have, you know, a deeper meaning in mind? Sure. A little bit of both. Okay, Cancer, honey, I hope this helped you. It was really fun. It was refreshing, like I said. That's an important point. Ace of Swords is in reverse here, so no hard lines drawn right away. I agree. It's much, much too early for that. It's listening to your dreams, sense of feeling. Let that guide you for a bit, okay? The truths will sort themselves out later. All right, Cancer, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well.